55 nationally.
Were all these kids then that were here last night at this recruiting event, are those just in-state kids?
No, they actually had a couple Miami Central kids, 3 Miami Central teammates. Thad Ward has been recruiting the heck out of Florida.
Okay.
And people they always want to know who's the stud recruiter on the staff.
Right.
Listen, it is a staff effort.
Okay.
And I think Lovie Smith is your best recruiter. Garrick McGee recruits the heck out of Alabama. But Thad Ward is your stud guy in Florida.
Okay.
He recruits Florida and St. Louis a lot. And he's attracted some intriguing talent out of there. Owen Carney, a defensive end, is a top prospect that Illinois is going after. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and Illinois was near the top of his list along with Duke. But then Florida State offered. They've offered in the last 2 weeks. Now, is that offer legit? Mm-hmm. If that offer is legit, he's going to be really hard to get.
Sure.
But you have him on campus with 2 of his teammates. Kaiwan Smith's a 3-star running back that they seem to like, and I think would be an improvement over what they've gotten out of their backups the last couple of years. And then Carmani Green's a 3-star wide receiver that has offers from Oregon State. Pitt is high in his list as well, but Illinois has been recruiting the heck out of him. I like him. He's 6'2", fast, big, athletic. He's their top target outside of Ricky Smalling, obviously, in this class. So you have those 3 teammates. They're on an unofficial visit, so they pay up for all this. Wow. They're here through Sunday.
Wow.
So that's a good sign.
Yes.
That's a good sign that they are staying here this long. Plus Mike Epstein, the Illini running back commit from St. Thomas Aquinas. He's gotten an offer from Michigan.
Okay.
He's pretty open at this point, but he's visiting. He's visited the last day with Illinois, so that's a good sign as well.
That is interesting. I always find this recruiting thing interesting, and the fact that Thad Ward goes down to Florida and gets 3 kids to come up and visit. And it's like, how in the world, just out of nowhere, why would 3 kids be interested in going to the University of Illinois when you live that far away?
It's Big Ten. It's academics. These kids didn't have a bunch of offers.
Okay.
Like Kawan Smith, Illinois is his only offer.
Oh, okay.
Carmani Green, Illinois is his only Big Ten offer, but he's starting to get a lot more interest elsewhere. Obviously, Pitt's an ACC offer. Oregon State's a Pac-12 offer. But you have to prioritize the heck out of those kids.
Okay.
You have to show them constant love. And if they start to like you, they'll be like, all right, well, let's see what these guys got to offer. And then if you really like them, you like the campus, you like the opportunity.
Absolutely.
That's when you win a recruitment like Keyshawn Vaughn or something like that.
That's exactly right. Well, it's interesting. Talking to Jeremy Werner right now about the recruiting event. It was a barbecue recruiting event that happened last night on the campus of the University of Illinois for Lovie Smith. Now, obviously, Lovie could be there. What would they do with this thing? I mean, do they just go and mingle, or how does this work?
This was a really informal event.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when you have like a big, if you have a recruiting camp, you'll coach these kids, you'll talk with them a little bit after, then they'll come up to your office or whatever.
Right.
And that's usually like, okay, let's close the deal. Let's talk with them for a while and try to get them to commit. This was very informal. They took a tour of campus as a group. Then they had a big barbecue, so they ate together, and then they played a bunch of like yard games.
Nice.
So they had bags, they had washers, things like that, competitive games out there. So they just hung out.
Okay.
They really want these kids to band together and be like, hey, let's all do this together. Kind of like John Gross's sold with Jeremiah Tillman, Jordan Goodwin, Javon Pickett, DeMonte Williams. Even though these kids aren't like the best friends in the world, they see each other at events, whether it's 7-on-7s or these big high school recruiting camps, things like that. They know each other.
Right.
And if they start to see like that kid's really talented, what if we play together? What if all 10 of us played together in 2017 and 2018? Then you can really maybe sit there and go, man, Illinois is really intriguing to me, especially with Lovie Smith as head coach.
I know Carp's ready to ask you a question, but let me jump in. On the heels of you saying that, why doesn't this happen more often? Why hasn't it happened more often?
This sounds like a pretty cool idea.
Right.
Why this wouldn't be.
Oh, yeah, to have like you're talking about, to have these guys all together.
Oh, they try.
Okay.
I mean, it's just Lovie Smith brings a different kind of.
I mean, I know they'll have that like with Junior Day, let's say, and there'll be a bunch of juniors.
And that's the biggest thing is they didn't have a Junior Day.
Oh, okay.
They didn't,
Gotcha.
and I'm glad you brought that up because they didn't have a Junior Day this spring. They had football going on. They had actual practice going on, so they weren't able to do a Junior Day. Like, Bill Cubitt, right before he got fired, about 2 weeks later, was supposed to have a huge recruiting event where they were going to get 30 of the top prospects down here and have them all mingle, have them do a little workout and things like that. They weren't able to do it because Lovie Smith had been hired. Then Lovie had to develop all these other things, get his staff, actually have practice, go out and do his satellite camps, and then they decided to do this event right here. So, yeah, I mean, it's things that have been done before.
Okay.
You told me about the canceled junior day, and I think, thanks, Whitman. Thanks.
Yeah,
Derailed the whole thing.
Way to blow that up.
For this pie-in-the-sky experiment with Lovie Smith. No, but it is encouraging, though. It seems like a bit of creative. Obviously, it is, when you don't have a junior day, this is making up for lost time, and it won't make up fully for a junior day, but it is encouraging to see a guy like Lovie Smith, and he is surrounding himself with guys that are in the college game. But for them to do some of these creative things this early on in his tenure, his first head coaching gig in college, it seems like one concern I had was I thought recruiting would, once a few dominoes fell, he'd be fine. But I was wondering how that transition for him would be to the college game. Mm-hmm. Would he still be in touch with this, or would he have to basically just sell his name and all that? I mean, it seems clear that he still kind of has this finger on the pulse when it comes to younger guys.
I think he likes it.
Yeah.
From people I've talked to, I think Lovie's really competitive about this. I think he's enjoyed it a little bit. I don't think he's a fan of the 24/7 aspect of it, where you're constantly having to do this.
I don't blame
with
him.
Social media nowadays. But I do think he just likes people.
Yeah.
And people gravitate towards him. And when you get him one-on-one, I know we talked about this the other day. For Illinois, it's a good thing that he's boring at a podium opposed to what they've had in recent years. But he is really charming in person. He's like an uncle. He speaks and he talks about life, and he's very good at those things. He connects with people. And the African American aspect of it, I think, only helps Illinois with some of the prospects they haven't been able to get. But at this point, I think I'm encouraged by what Lovie Smith could accomplish. But they haven't gotten any commits out of this week. I think they were hoping to get commits out of this week.
Okay.
They haven't gotten that. They have 6, and I think they need more. Now, I'm not panicked yet because a lot of their top guys are still on the board, but they're starting to fall off a little bit. If Oladipo goes elsewhere, if Waterin goes elsewhere, if Tony Adams goes elsewhere, that's when you start to worry a little bit. I think they'd really like to have 10 or 11 commits going into the season, and I think they're really going to prioritize the in-state kids.
Okay.
I think they'd planned on maybe, let's not take an in-state kid if he's a little bit borderline, if he doesn't have a lot of Power 5 offers. I think they're starting to see that, hey, maybe we can make a splash, get some good prospects from here in this state, like a Jalen Tolbert out of Warren, who doesn't have an offer yet. He's a wide receiver that's got some MAC offers, but is kind of that borderline. Is he Power 5? Kalen May doesn't have any other offers, but the last Illinois staff had offered him, but he's an intriguing defensive line prospect. Maybe we do get those kids, build some credibility in state, build some momentum in state, and then in 2018, that's really the year, because next year for this barbecue, you'll have a year to plan it.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
This was a kind of a month ago. Yep. Let's put something together, and this is what they got. Next year will probably be a much bigger deal.
And think if you can sell 7 and 5.
Well, that's exactly where I was going.
Or even 6 and 6. I mean, this is why, I think they'll be fine regardless of the on-field success or failures this year. Obviously, you don't want to go 3 and 9 or 4 and 8. But as long as you look, as long as you pass the eye test, as long as there's just a general feeling like, wow, okay, well, yeah, this is pretty good first year. But I do get the feeling, though, that 5 and 7 isn't going to.
I think that can be a good year.
It could be, or what would be more important if there is a 5 and 7. But there's a signature win in there somewhere.
Right.
Because Ron Zook, his second year, and that was a 2-win team. There was enough performance, especially as that season dragged on, that they were actually competing against top 25, even a top 5 team in Ohio State at home, where you felt like, okay, well, next year, that's the jump.
Right.
Next year will not be the jump for Illinois football. It's going to be probably a pretty bad season. But if you're a 2018 recruit and you just get the sense that they're actually going somewhere with it, I think that would help, especially if it's a borderline kid that's like, I'm looking at these other places too.
Yeah, interesting. All right, when we come back, there are some names here that you've given us. I'd like to kind of break down what those names are and kind of where, because it sounds like as you're talking, there's a lot of wide receivers and such. So I want to ask you kind of a position breakdown as well as they're looking at this class. If you want to weigh in at all, 359-2255, 217-359-2255. If you've got a question for Jeremy about football recruiting, he's here. I'm looking at him right now. We'll do it next. It's the Tay and J Show.
This Mettler Fitness Tip is brought to you by the Mettler Center, located at Windsor and Duncan in Champaign.
Learn delicious ways to cook healthy foods. Gradually cut down on fat, sugar, and salt in your usual recipes, and watch how your taste buds adapt to appreciate the natural taste of foods. Use citrus juices, herbs, spices, oils, and vinegars to add amazing new zest to your food, while you reduce your reliance on fat, sugar, and salt.
If you need quick advice on a fitness topic, go to MettlerCenter.com and click on Ask an Expert.
U of I Community Credit Union for campus and community.
The U of I Community Credit Union family wants to help your family reach their goals. Our family knows it's all about our beautiful campus and growing our community because we live and work here just like you.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and I've been part of the credit union family for 5 years.
Hi, I'm Jeremiah, and I've been part of the credit union family for 1 year.
Come see us at our U of I Community Credit Union 5 Points branch in Urbana.
Become a part of our family, the U of I Community Credit Union family, where you and I reach goals together. Visit us online and learn more at uoficreditunion.org. That's uoficreditunion.org.
Live, work, or study in Champaign County? You should bank with the U of I Community Credit Union.
U of I Community Credit Union for campus and community. Provident.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. What will you do during the next market correction? At Provident, we believe a sound financial plan is the surest way to avoid panic during market volatility. Contact us today to put a plan in place for you. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Provident, partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
The American Cancer Society is looking forward to Relay for Life at Hessel Park this Saturday, July 30th, between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. 5 local bands there to entertain: Wellspring Duo, Birds on a Wire, Less is More, the Zach Dable Experience, and Midnight Remedy. All kinds of auction items, tickets to sporting events, and some goodies from Coach Lou Henson. Alpha Dog Entertainment has their laser tag. Lots of food, games, and fun. Relay for Life. Visit relayforlife.org/ChampaignIL. This Saturday, July 30th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Hessel Park.
Hi, it's Jackie Walk with Special Olympics Illinois Area 8 in Champaign. Join me for our 17th annual golf outing benefiting the athletes in Area 8. This event is hosted by the Stone Creek Golf Club in Urbana and will be Monday, October 3rd at 11 a.m. Join us this year as a golfer, sponsor, or donate to our raffle. The cost is $100 for an individual or $400 for a team of 4. For more information, to register or sponsor this outing, contact me at 355-1750 or email me at jwalk@soill.org.
It's time for the Honda Summer Clearance Event at your Central Illinois Honda dealers. And time to get up and go and get amazing clearance lease and finance rates. Your Central Illinois Honda dealers have an incredible inventory, so it's time to fall in love with a new Honda. Check out the completely redesigned Civic or a gorgeous new Accord. Plus, what's not to love about Honda's hot SUV lineup? The HR-V, CR-V, and Pilot, all with clearance savings. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing on the 2016 Honda Accord or CR-V. What are you waiting for? You can't beat the value of a Honda. With Honda Sensing Safety, Apple CarPlay, or Android Auto, you have all the technology you want available. And a rear-view camera is standard on every Honda model. The competition doesn't compare. The Honda Summer Clearance Event is time for you to fall in love with a new Honda. Hurry in for 0.9% financing on Accord and CR-V. Get up and go to your Central Illinois Honda dealers. Visit CentralILHondaDealers.com. See dealer for financing details. Financing offer ends September 6th.
Coach Mike Ditka is not just talking sports. What will he say next? Hear him here Monday and Friday mornings from 7:30 to 8 with Brother Johnny and me, Stevie J, on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hey, with 7 locations in Central Illinois, including Honda BMW of Champaign, visit CentralIllinoisHondaDealers.com for a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's Central Illinois Honda Dealers.
It is the Tay and J Show. On Tay, Jeremy Warner, Mike Carpenter, the triumvirate, is here. And we're going to talk a little MLB trade deadline since we will arrive on Monday with the deadline having passed on Monday at about 3 o'clock. So we'll have all that to talk about. We'll also have the 5 at 5 before we get out of here at 5:15.
We actually have a whole show Monday.
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
Which will be weird.
A whole week of getting off early.
Oh man,
East Coast trips are the best.
They really are. When the Cardinals schedule always comes out every year, I always look ahead and I'm like, please tell me we're playing East Coast teams during
Juan's
the week.
had this week circled
I have.
for so long.
I feel like
isn't it weird getting home like an hour earlier?
It
than
really
normal?
is,
Yeah.
and I know people don't want to hear me complain about doing a radio show.
No, but it's like a 2 o'clock dismissal at school.
Right.
Yeah,
That's exactly how to explain it. And it's just one of those where you're like, oh, thank goodness. And there's so many times I look ahead and I'm like, oh, wait, they're playing the Mets. Oh, it's a weekend series at New York. Dang it. So it is funny, like to get home.
Our work ethics are great.
I know. To actually be at home by 6 o'clock. It's like, wow, this is really weird. All right, we're talking a lot about the Illinois football recruiting event that just happened. Had somebody text in, if you don't mind leaving your name, you can. They didn't. They said, Jeremy, who's the biggest impact recruit Illinois football is pursuing right now?
Oh, right now.
That's
a good question. I think in 2016 or 17 they landed that guy. I think Ricky Smalling was the most important recruit. He's a 4-star. He's a borderline top 300 prospect, but he's a playmaker. He's a leader. He's a recruiter as well. I mean, he's been I think he's going to be a heck of a receiver here. So I thought he's a guy that can come in, play right away because they're going to need receivers next year. I know you have your main guys returning in Mikey Dudek and Malik Turner, but you also lose Justin Hardy, Deontay Taylor, and you need another playmaker. So I think Smalling would be pretty good. I don't know if they're immediate impact guys because, offensive and defensive linemen are your biggest needs.
Right.
So it's rare that you get immediate impacts there, but those are by far the biggest needs. And I think Vidarian Lowe was a big get. They need about 3 other offensive linemen. They don't have any defensive linemen yet, and they need 4 or 5. And they're really hard to find. That's why Oladipo is such a big deal right now.
Rapid fire. Yep. Let's go through some of these. You talked about Carmoni Green. He's from Florida.
Yeah, about 6'2", 185 pounds, really athletic. Okay. I think he's pretty fast as well. I think he'd be a great playmaker to put alongside a Ricky Smalling.
Tony Adams.
Tony Adams is 6 foot, 185 defensive back, and he's a phenomenal athlete. Runs a 4.5, bigger, physical, really good kid out of Belleville.
Okay.
It's an Illinois-Mizzou battle. There's a health issue in his family, so he wasn't able to visit yesterday. But he's a kid to watch. Like once his recruitment picks back up, Illinois he grew up rooting for. So I think Illinois is in a good spot there.
Jalen Tolbert?
He's a wide receiver without an offer right now. He's teammates with Micah Jones out of Warren Township. And Micah Jones, the big-time 2018 kid. Tolbert's kind of that borderline. Is he a Big Ten guy?
Got it.
But I think Illinois could offer if they just want to see him a couple more games during the season.
Russ Yeast.
He's a 4-star athlete, stud. Stud athlete that would probably play defensive back, but could play wide receiver as well for Illinois. He visited this week. He kind of stayed a little bit longer than was expected, but he's heading to Iowa. He's down to his top 6. He's heading to Iowa this weekend. The Hawkeyes are kind of the leader there. But I think Illinois probably won't win the recruitment, but some positive vibes yesterday.
Calvin Tyler's another guy.
Calvin Tyler, 3-star running back out of Texas. He's small, 5'9", 180, but he's fast.
Okay.
He's a complimentary back. But Illinois needs speed. They need a lot of speed on offense, and he's got a Cal offer, but Illinois left a good impression on him.
We've talked about, how do you say his name, O'Warden?
Awadarn,
excuse me.
Micah Awadarn.
And also Oladipo. We've kind of talked about them. How about Owen Carney?
Owen Carney, the defensive end out of Florida. He could be a 4-star kind of prospect, but Florida State offering him. Obviously, he's a game changer, but you have him on campus here for 3 or 4 days.
And Kywan Smith, we kind of talked about.
Yeah.
How about Kaylon May?
Kaylon May, an interesting guy. He's a defensive tackle out of Rich Central that had an offer from the last staff. He's got size, he's got burst, but his recruitment's been really quiet.
Okay.
It's really interesting, but I thought the staff should have offered him right away.
Right.
And they didn't, but I think they got a little lucky that he's still on the board. He hasn't really pursued recruiting all that much so far. I think he'd be a good get. I mean, he's got what you want in an FBS lineman. He's just a little raw at this point, but it's hard to find guys with size and burst to put in the middle of your defense.
Last question then. So of the out-of-state prospects, besides Epstein, who would you say Illinois is in best spot with?
Carmani Green,
Okay.
because they've been prioritizing him for the longest time. I know he's close to a decision. I think his dream school is Florida,
Okay.
but I don't think Florida will offer. He was at a Florida camp and played well and didn't get an offer down there. Illinois has prioritized him. I think Oregon State's too far away from his home, so I think it's either going to be Pitt or Illinois. And I think Illinois is doing pretty well right
He
now.
could just ride up with Trent Frazier.
There you go.
You know? And they could bash Florida the entire time. They're like, they didn't even offer us.
I know.
So forget them. Any news, by the way, on Frazier or anything?
I think you're feeling pretty good heading into August line.
Okay. We haven't really talked to Carp about that yet either. That'd be fun to talk to.
Is that a reference to Goodwin, too?
Goodwin's doing the Goodwin thing.
He's there. He's there. He knows what he's doing. All right. Next hour, we'll take your calls, 359-2255. Also, your texts. We're going to do the Friday 5 at 5. It returns next. It's the Tay and J Show. Next hour.
Legends Golf Course and Driving Range in Southwest Champaign offers something for golfers of all levels. The 9-hole executive course is great for anyone seeking a quick round of golf at an affordable price. Check out league nights, schedule a private outing, or your company's next team building event. Junior players can learn the game through camps while honing in on their skills in a fun environment. Relax after a round in the newly renovated clubhouse while catching up on golf tournaments or baseball on one of their 6 televisions. Legends Golf Course and Driving Range. Visit them at legendsofchampaign.com.
We know how much you love your car. Protect your ride with AutoGuard from Pekin Insurance and your local independent agency. AutoGuard picks up where other policies fall short, offering trip interruption coverage, key replacement, tire protection, accidental airbag deployment coverage, and more. All for just $20 per year per vehicle. Call your local Pekin Insurance agent or visit www.pekininsurance.com to put their beyond the expected services to work for you with AutoGuard.
Live from the Habib BPC studios, this is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
I'm Lisa Brady. The conventions are over and the countdown begins to Election Day, 100 days from tomorrow.
The people united will never be defeated.
Those are protesters outside a Donald Trump event just beginning in Colorado Springs.
When I watched her last night giving a speech that was so average.
Earlier today, saying Hillary Clinton's convention speech was full of recycled rhetoric. Clinton insisting she's not satisfied with the status quo.
I'm not telling you that everything is just peachy keen. I'm telling you we've made progress, but we have work to do if we're going to make sure everybody is included.
At a Philadelphia rally, Clinton also swiping at Trump's pledge to fix things, saying the founding fathers didn't want one person to have all the power, quote, like a king. She and running mate Tim Kaine kicking off a bus tour of Pennsylvania and Ohio. A deadly shootout during a late-night traffic stop under investigation in San Diego. Fox Radio's Jessica Rosenthal with this live.
Lisa, San Diego Police Chief Shelley Zimmerman said she didn't know if the gang unit officers were ambushed or if they were making a traffic or pedestrian stop.
Our investigation will determine with certainty the nature and circumstances surrounding the stop. We do have a Hispanic male adult in custody with a gunshot wound to his upper torso. He is in critical condition.
They have since also reportedly arrested a second suspect. One officer was killed Thursday night, a husband and father of 2. Another officer was injured, but is expected to survive, Lisa.
Jessica, thanks. Sluggish growth for the U.S. economy in the spring quarter, 1.2%. On the last trading day of July, the Dow down 24 points, but the S&P hitting a new record high for the 7th time this month, up 3 points on the day. On the Fox Reports, fair and balanced.
Thousands of people are choosing the flexibility of working when they want, driving with Uber. You'll control your day, plus be able to start earning right away just by driving your own car.
I've got 2 kids. They're both in summer camp, and I'll drop them off. Then I turn on the Uber app, the ride requests come in, and I'm earning extra money. Working when I want, being my own boss. Driving with Uber is definitely the best option for me.
Earn the extra money you need on your schedule. Get started today. Sign up right now. Go to uber.com/drive now. uber.com/drive now.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
with 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions. Visit ADT.com.
There's late word the Democrats may have been the target of more widespread hacking than first thought. First, there was the Democratic National Committee hack attack. Then there was word earlier today from sources telling Fox News that the Democrats' campaign congressional committee may also have been hacked. And now there's word that the Clinton campaign network may have been hacked as well. The Justice Department is investigating, but not is said to be investigating, but is not confirming reports that they are investigating. An infamous former police sergeant from Illinois will never get out of prison, sentenced to more time today. Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso.
It's another 4 more decades in prison for former Bolingbrook Police Sergeant Drew Peterson, who was convicted in May in Randolph County, Illinois, of trying to hire a fellow inmate's uncle to kill the prosecutor, James Glasgow, who put him in prison in 2012 for the killing of his third wife, Kathleen Savio.
The 62-year-old already serving a nearly 40-year sentence for that. He's also suspected of killing his fourth wife, who vanished 9 years ago. A probe of former Red Sox pitcher Curt Schilling's failed video company finds no criminal violations. Investigators in Rhode Island say they have reviewed thousands of documents, interviewed dozens of people. One state police official says a bad deal doesn't always mean an indictment. Schilling's company went bankrupt after relocating to Rhode Island in exchange for a state loan guarantee, leaving taxpayers on the hook. They're mega rich, but an Indiana family is staying anonymous after claiming a more than $500 million Mega Millions jackpot from earlier this month.
While we are excited about the possibilities the future brings our family, we are also overwhelmed by the magnitude of what has happened.
A spokesman says the family's biggest concern is the safety of their school-age children and maintaining a sense of normalcy for them. In Indiana, state law allows them to claim that jackpot through a limited liability corporation. In New York, I'm Lisa Brady on Fox News Radio.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service, brought to you by Chief Bauer. It's time to call that AC Experts to give Chief Bauer service. Experts a call at 866-EXPERTS, or you can visit online at chiefbauer.com. Tonight getting down to 65. Tomorrow 80 and partly sunny with a low of 63. And Saturday 83 and sunny with a low of 65. Nice weekend ahead.
Yeah.
Right now it is 80 and sunny. ESPN Radio.
It's the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lante, Jeremy Warner, Mike Carpenter. It has been a shortened week for us. A couple of basically 2-hour shows. That's going to happen again today. Cardinals and Marlins again tonight, part of a 4-game series. I said yesterday, hopefully the Cardinals can take 2 or 3. They're actually playing 4. They got the win out of the way with the big gun, Fernandez. So a good win for the Cardinals yesterday, but you'll hear that game right here. Pre-game and post-game. All of it right here on ESPN 93.5.
If you want to weigh in, you can. 217-359-2255. This segment of the Tay and J Show brought to you by Bricks Wood-Fired Pizza in Champaign. Try the Bronx Bomber Pizza with spicy Italian sausage, mozzarella, prosciutto, gorgonzola cheese, tomato sauce, and fresh oregano. For lunch, dinner, and late night, make it Bricks Wood-Fired Pizza at the corner of Neal and Devonshire in Champaign.
That's not the one with bacon, though.
They have plenty with bacon, I believe.
Yeah.
They got the healthy options. They got the tastier, meatier options.
There's nothing wrong with pizza.
No.
Is that the...
that is the hottest of hot takes right there.
Right?
Nothing
There
wrong.
is nothing wrong with
But think of the worst pizza you've ever had.
Yeah, I
and
know.
was it that bad?
Yes.
Oh, really?
There's
I
bad
swear
pizza.
to you, yes. And I don't know what happened, but it was in St. Louis. What's the name of
Emos.
It was Emos. And
I
Gene
hear
and
terrible things about that.
Gene and I had it one night after a Cardinals game. I think we had been drinking. We had gone out to some bars.
So
and stuff.
even then, it didn't taste good.
Yeah, we
After
got
a
back
whole
to the
day's
hotel
worth
and we're like, let's get a pizza.
Because, Carp, did you ever have Bonnie Jeans sober?
No, but I liked it. I liked it when I did have
pizza.
it.
But yes, I think that pizza was just very average.
That's here in
to
campus?
below it used to be.
Okay.
Well, actually, that's not true. I got a couple slices for lunch because I used to live at this apartment building. Your frat was right there.
Yeah.
So I lived where I could not even get on a sidewalk. I could walk behind, I believe, your guys' frat and then just kind of go around Illini Inn and walk upstairs. So it was like the perfect late night spot. But no, I had it and it was fine.
It was fine.
And it's cheap.
But it wasn't good.
$2 a slice.
There are some national chains who a terrible pizza.
Yeah,
but it's
agree.
like $5 for
Okay.
it.
Now, Domino's, we had Domino's after one of the Dave shows last week, and now it was a long day. Anything would have tasted good. What Domino's does is they just load you up with salt.
They do.
So it tastes so good going down, and you wake up at 3 a.m. parched. Absolutely parched.
Because of the pizza.
Right. It had nothing to do with
nothing to do with, yeah, right. But
nothing to do with that.
It's okay.
Andrew and I actually had that in Effingham a couple of weeks ago. Had
Yeah,
a
you
little
could
Domino's.
do worse.
Yeah, I hadn't had it in a while.
Yeah.
That's funny though, but pizza, yeah, good stuff. So Bricks, pizza.
Well, that's
check
the
them
thing.
out.
If we're doing the hierarchy of pizza, Bricks is like way up here.
Right.
No offense to Domino's, and they aren't a sponsor either. So
absolutely.
call it what it is.
PGA Championship.
Yeah.
Who's Grillo? He's leading right now.
Grillo?
Yeah.
He's like from Spain, I think, right?
Yes.
Emilio?
He is.
Spaniard.
Emilio Grillo. Right? Yeah.
Can you do the
Eight-under?
trill, the trilled R?
I can once in a while.
I can't.
When I was in Puerto Rico, I've told this story. We're going off the tracks here, and Jeremy's
That's
just
fine.
like,
It's a short
I'm
show.
just watching Carpet and Lawn do their
Jeremy
thing.
is like with a rope trying to keep us on, and it's just
And I'm talking about trills.
he's
trilling
losing
the R.
it. But in Puerto Rico, they had a beer called Medario. There, and
It's
so
pretty good. It's Modelo, isn't it?
yeah, but we thought we would because we were in
Add
Puerto
an
Rico.
R that wasn't there.
Absolutely. And the more I drank that during the day, I mean, by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I
You're
was
trilling
like,
R's left and right.
Juan added an Enya to everything.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Walker and Emiliano
Yeah.
Garrido are tied at the top, 8 under.
Okay.
In the second round of the PGA Championship at Baltusrol. In New Jersey. Henrik Stenson is in third at 6 under. Martin Keimer, fourth. Patrick Reed, also tied for fourth.
It's time for him to step up. Patrick Reed is good. Like, Patrick Reed isn't Jordan Spieth. He's not in that kind of conversation with those kind of guys like Rory McIlroy, but he's a good player, and he's one of those guys that I'm waiting for to get a major. And this could be it.
Jordan Spieth finishes the day 3 under. He's tied for 8th, so a solid start for him.
Yeah.
Jason Day tied for 16th. He's 2 under for the tournament, even on the day. We'll go down the list.
How about DJ? How about my boy Dustin Johnson or Phil Mickelson? Those guys, I know Mick was 1 under. I think
Dustin Johnson's having a terrible tournament.
Is he?
He is 9 over.
Oh,
He's going to miss the cut.
Okay. Ricky Fowler, I saw, was 1 under. I always
Mickelson tied for 69th at 2 over.
Okay.
He's just at the cut line.
All right. Well, that'll be interesting.
Fowler tied for 32nd at 1 under.
Okay.
And Rory McIlroy having a bad tournament. He's 3 over on the wrong side of the cut line, but he's got 9 holes
Boy,
left.
don't you just see? I mean, Spieth is sitting perfect.
Yeah.
He's sitting perfect. He's 5 shots out going into Saturday. This will be his tournament. He'll win this
It's
tournament.
a disappointing year so far for
It
him.
has been for him. I think it has. And the Masters collapse was kind of the thing that kind of got him going on the wrong side. And I just don't think he's ever caught up from that. But this would be a way to do it here at the PGA.
Illinois, we talked about how bad their past year was, and it's nice that they're beyond that. Missouri.
I started laughing when I got in here and saw this.
Missouri, we all know. Obviously, the football coach leaves for health reasons, and Gary Pinkel did a heck of a job there. Kim Anderson and that basketball program are an absolute disaster right now. But the president and chancellor resign over the racism issue on campus. Then their AD leaves for Baylor.
Baylor, of all places.
Of all places. And now their interim AD has left.
Wow.
So a complete vacuum of leadership where they don't have they have an interim president, interim chancellor, and their interim AD.
Oh my goodness.
Just left.
I mean, I'm trying to localize this. You remember when Paul Kowalczyk just kind of took over for about a 2-week period, said this is not ideal, that kind of stuff. Can you imagine?
If he just left.
Yeah, can you imagine
Yeah.
we came in here one day and it's like, oh, by the way, Kowalczyk's gone too. And it's
We're
like,
not even
what?
good enough for Kowalczyk.
I mean, that's how crazy it is right now with Missouri. This is how bad it is. You mentioned one of these players, Tony Adams, I think, one of the football players that you said it's a Mizzou, Illinois thing. The first thing that came into my head was, why would you go to Missouri right now? I mean, that is just a crap show.
They've won their division a couple times.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I'm looking at it more macro, like Cartboy says, but it's like, why would you go there? They don't even have an assistant AD now. Or an interim AD.
It's to the point where you can't even take that the old idea of Schadenfreude or whatever, where it's basically taking pleasure out of other people's misery. Like it's surpassed that point.
Past that, I agree.
And it's a shame because on one hand, yes, when it comes to the sports side of it, playing the bragging rights game, I want Illinois to rattle off 10 straight wins.
Absolutely.
But it's a lot more fun when it's 10 straight wins against comparable talent.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, even just from a basketball perspective, that's not going anywhere. I remember Kim Anderson being hired, and that little tick in the back of my mind being, oh, he's going to be Bo Ryan part 2.
Right.
That was the fear.
Right.
The guy that won the national title, D2.
There's a reason a lot of D2 coaches don't hop to Power 5, though, right?
Right.
And
we're seeing
Bo
that.
Ryan was the exception.
Well, Bo Ryan's the aberration.
No
exactly.
doubt.
So, like, that was the only concern with that. But, man, even though he inherited something bad, shouldn't they be just a little? I mean,
a little bit better than what they are.
Competitive.
I mean, just
Missouri
had some weird stuff happening.
They
too.
always seem to get talent. Down there,
yeah.
Missouri.
They always they've had a couple JUCOs lately.
Well, that's their problem lately. They just can't recruit.
They can't recruit,
or
right?
Their recruits are leaving. Like Techie Go Caesar,
Yeah.
Jonathan Williams III. I mean, those are the guys.
JW4.
JW4.
Oh, wait, he's 3.
Those are the guys they were going to build around, and Illinois, and they just lost them. They lost it after a year.
They did. Has it always seemed like? And go back now. This isn't a hot take or anything. Does it always seem like Illinois and Missouri are comparable with regards to, like, it almost seems like when Illinois basketball is ranked, Missouri was ranked.
It's true. There's been a lot of those games. And not only that, but it was the early Quinn Snyder era.
Right.
Where you had games between 10 and 8.
Yeah.
Or 15 and 12 or something like that. So it does seem to correlate more often.
It does,
than not.
because like the last few years, then neither team has been ranked.
Right.
When they've played. I just kind of thought of that as we were talking about Mizzou.
All right, I always call Illinois and Purdue kind of like sisters in the Big Ten.
Yep.
Is Missouri sister?
Well, I guess I was thinking like Purdue football won the Rose Bowl, right? And then Illinois went to the Sugar Bowl.
Breeze,
So they kind of go along each side each other. And basketball kind of has, but not really. Is Illinois more like Missouri or more like Purdue?
Oh, that's tough.
Missouri's, have they been to a Final Four? Purdue has been to a Final Four, right? Gene Cady had never been to one. Or have they never been
Missouri
to one?
has definitely not been to a Final Four.
Okay.
Or is Purdue, because it's not the main state school, right? Because you got Notre Dame, another private school.
I think there's that.
Indiana's the state school, so is Purdue more similar?
Well,
but I don't think Purdue's like Northwestern.
All
class.
things
I don't
considered,
either.
I'll give Purdue credit for being being third on the totem pole in their own state. And yet, especially with basketball,
tough,
right?
wouldn't it?
Especially with basketball still having a pretty good level of success. The one thing is with Purdue, Gene Cady obviously had a great run, but that's offset by what Lou Henson did. They're very, very similar. And then you look at what Painter did with about a 3-4 year stretch, and obviously the Hummel injury hurt. And that was comparable to what you were having with the Self teams and Bruce Weber's first team, maybe, but they never quite ascended to that, Final Four level that they ultimately got to in 2005. So I would still say more like Purdue, because you've never had a consistent 8, 9, 10 year stretch in football like Missouri had.
That's exactly right. That's interesting.
Marcus Jackson of the News-Gazette, we always wonder kind of what is the impact of Lovie Smith. Well, he's got some numbers here. At this time last year, the Black Eye had sold about 600 student season tickets in the north end zone of Memorial Stadium. As of 2 weeks ago, that number had topped 1,000. At last year's Quarterback Club golf outing, 84 people played the 18-hole scramble at the Orange and Blue course. At this month's outing, 128 hit the links. Across the board, all things Illini football, from tickets to T-shirts, marketing efforts to media requests, are trending upward. Call it the Lovie effect. Since the former Chicago Bears coach was announced as the new man in charge of Illinois football, the buzz surrounding the program has remained constant and will only continue to grow as Smith gets closer to coaching its game 65 days from now. Champaign's 2 game day stores have had trouble keeping their Lovie Smith T-shirts in stock.
Awesome.
There are 2 versions. One, a campaign-like shirt celebrating Smith and new athletic director Josh Whitman that reads Lovie Whitman 16. The other, an orange shirt with Lovie and blue letters across the front. Nothing we have is touching the numbers of that orange shirt, said Corey Schumard, retail manager at Game Day Spirit, which sells official UI apparel.
That's good to hear.
Yep.
I mean, that's good to hear. I mean, I feel it. I feel it. Like when I talk to my buddies that are Illinois season ticket holders and guys that I tailgate with and spend Saturdays during the fall with, they're all excited. They're all excited to get this thing rolling.
Jason Hegemeyer says season ticket sales are up about 4,000 from last year.
Awesome.
That group includes 1,000 people who had never been UI football season ticket holders at any time in the past. Hegemeyer said Illinois is trending toward having 30,000 season tickets sold for this season.
All right.
Wow.
And then
pretty solid.
The cool thing too about it, the excitement would be there even if you had 3 Patsies in non-conference.
Right, I agree.
Where it'd just be, we're seeing Lovie, and it'd be that kind of honeymoon period. But the good thing is that you do in games 2 and 3 get challenges where you'll actually be able to kind of reset your expectations based on what you do against North Carolina and against Western Michigan. And that's why going into that second game, Yeah, we had Cincinnati come in Beckman's second year, and that was a shock how that game turned out. But when it comes to non-conference opponents, I don't think you'll have a buzz. You'd have to probably go back to Arizona State, 2011,
that night game
for the buzz
Agreed.
that you're going to get before North Carolina.
If Illinois wins that game, because I think you're going to have a ridiculous crowd for a night game against an opponent that could win its
I can't wait to
division
talk about it that
in
week.
the conference. Right. I mean, that is an actual game. So if they win that, the excitement level goes through the roof. That team's got a real chance of making a bowl game and maybe doing better than that. If they lose that game,
then you're nervous for game 3.
What is the come down? Like what is the like?
I know
how
where
much?
you're going.
How sobering is that? If they lose that by say 2 touchdowns, which I think the line will probably be 7 or 10 points.
Yeah, probably so.
I think there's still some realization on my part, even though I'm extremely optimistic, 7-win optimistic, Lante. But I think there's also the realization that I understand this team could easily lose that game against a North Carolina team that lost their quarterback and lost a couple of their studs, but they've got almost everybody else back.
They're projected by most to win their division in the ACC. Now, they don't have Clemson or Florida State in their division, even Louisville, who's pretty good, but they're projected as a top 25 team, and they just won their division. Right.
They're that team that you put some money on in Vegas, and you know why? Because their offensive and defensive lines are back. And when that happens, you know those teams don't hardly ever do teams like that not exceed expectations. So that's going to be a tough one. So I'm with you. Like, I won't be as defeated if Illinois loses that game, but I will be even more excited should Illinois be able to come out with a victory.
It's a pretty pressure-free game for the fans.
It's a great
point.
point.
In other words, because no matter what, people... If you were in the lots...
Well, and we're going to be hammered by 7. Is that what you mean by that?
No, basically, that everyone's confidence in winning that game will correlate with how late it is in the tailgate. Because by the time you go in the state, we got this. I'm feeling good. I got a good feeling about this one. And then before you know it, you're down 17-0, and everyone's like, oh, well, it was a fun day.
Hey, you did keep the cooler open, right?
But you mentioned the line play for North Carolina, and I think that you could... Not that Illinois' offensive line is going to be great.
No.
But there is some continuity.
Sure.
There's enough guys on the defensive line, especially in game 2 before you're in the slog late October.
Good point.
And these guys are fatigued and or injured, that, you should have a fully healthy team coming off of a tune-up game and make it interesting.
Yep.
And even if they were to lose that game, if it's a one-possession game, you got the ball at North Carolina, they get an interception. Okay, bummer.
Right.
But at least you feel better going into Western Michigan. It would get scary, though, if North Carolina comes in, pummels you.
Yeah.
Not quite like last year. I don't see that happening, but 21 points or something. And then you got P.J. Fleck coming in week 3, which could be a potentially disastrous 1-2 start. You got to go 2-1, and I'm thinking 2-1's more likely.
Yeah. Where are you, Mikey Dudek?
They feel a lot better going into the season because that's what you lack on offense as a playmaker.
You do. I mean, I hate it for him.
Somebody that you can put the ball in their hands and they'll make a play.
Yep.
Right? Keyshawn Vaughn could be a really good running back.
Sure.
I think Malik Turner can replace Geronimo Allison and maybe even be better eventually than Geronimo Allison. But who's your playmaker?
Yep.
And do you have the beef up front? I like DeLauro. I like Schmidt. Joe Spencer's solid in the middle, but can you push people over?
Right.
That's been their big bugaboo the last couple of years.
I think back to Dudek. You guys will probably remember it. Remember when he was in the corner of the end zone and he went over a cornerback to catch a touchdown?
That's the most underrated. People always talk about, is Wes Welker. I don't see Wes Welker leaping over 6-foot cornerbacks.
That's exactly right.
He is a ridiculous athlete.
Where are you, Mikey?
He's recovering right now.
I know. And I hate it for him.
I think you will see him on the field this year.
Okay.
I think you will definitely see him on the field this year. As long as, he's cleared. Last year he could have played the last couple games, but what was the point?
Right.
To help Illinois get to a bowl game, whatever. Your long-term health, preserve eligibility. This year, he's not thinking about preserving eligibility anymore. It's about getting on the field, playing, but still, his health is the number one
Without
priority.
a doubt. All right, 359-2255. We've got a couple of texts into the Chief Hour text line we'll get to. One about Illinois basketball. We want to ask Jeremy about that. When we come back, though, but we do have the Friday 5 at 5. We're going to do around 4:40, and you're going to love the last question. People are going to like our last question. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to be having that one in their head the rest of the night. But when we come back, baseball, the trading deadline's coming up Monday. We're going to go through some topics as we get ready for baseball's trade deadline. We'll do it. Your questions as well, 359-2255. It's the Tay and J Show.
When you need hit music, you need Champaign-Urbana's hit music station. All the hits, Q96, where they start every workday with a Q96-minute music marathon. A proud sister station to ESPN Radio 93.5.
Your local independent Pekin Insurance agent is part of your hometown. They're your friends and neighbors. They know you and your community. So when it comes to the right insurance coverage at the right price, you'll want to talk with the folks you can trust. Ask your local Pekin Insurance agent about the affordable insurance coverage for your car, your home, your business, and your family. They'll help you protect what matters most. And you can always count on beyond the expected service and coverage from Pekin Insurance. To find an agent near you, visit www.pekininsurance.com. Bunny's Tavern, the best kept secret in downtown Urbana since 1936. Come enjoy 1350 mix and match domestic buckets 7 days a week. Enjoy Bunny's 10 big screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the summer weather. On Fridays, enjoy a dry battered or grilled cod sandwich all day and all night. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, Bunny's Tavern may not stay a secret for long. Come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 75 years. Bunny's Tavern.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by Hickory River Smokehouse. There's nothing better at 1706 North Cunningham in Urbana. Champaign County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Wirtz is always looking to make a difference.
There's lots of different ways of helping people. I mean, every day somebody has a crisis, and there's different ways that you can help people, either at an accident or, somebody's loved one passed away, or helping them out when somebody stole their identity, any number of ways.
A 12-year veteran, Michael Wirtz says he's always trying to help people, particularly in difficult situations.
When somebody is in a crisis situation and I can, try to bring them down, if they're feeling suicidal or extremely agitated, wanting to hurt somebody, just feels good to be able to talk with them, be able to calm them down, get them in the right frame of mind.
Congratulations, Champaign County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Wirtz, for being the Stevie J Broadcasting Law Enforcement Official of the Month.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know the quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
It seems like in every home, there's at least one room that's either too hot or too cold. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Mitsubishi Electric has your comfort solution. Mitsubishi Electric cooling and heating systems are up to 40% more efficient with no ductwork and whisper quiet. Individual room control, giving you the freedom to find your perfect comfort level and save money too. Make your whole home comfortable again. See Lance Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for your comfort solution and live better.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Lands is your local Mitsubishi Electric Diamond dealer. Our technicians are experts at solving your comfort needs, one room or your whole house. Let us show you how a Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Cooling System can save you money now. Your comfort is our priority. Call Lands today at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or find us online at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Coach Mike Ditka is not just talking sports. What will he say next? Hear him here Monday and Friday mornings from 7:30 to 8 with Brother Johnny and me, Stevie J, on ESPN Radio 93.5.
It's time for your 4:30 Sports Center update. I'm Brendan Dworzinski. One day after injuries and illnesses headlined Bears training camp, day 2 in Bear Benet was marred by cramping to multiple players. Receiver Josh Bellamy, defensive lineman Ego Ferguson, and defensive back Bryce Callahan all left practice today due to cramps. Last year's first-round pick, Kevin White, has impressed so far at camp, with Pro Football Focus noting that he has not yet dropped a pass and, quote, looked powerful and fast when he got the ball in his hands. The Crosstown Cup may be staying with the White Sox this season, but the Cubs earned a series split after taking both games of the series at Wrigley Field, including a 3-1 victory Thursday night. This game is also notable for featuring the first save in a Cubs uniform for new closer Aroldis Chapman. Today, the Cubs looking to continue their winning ways at home against the Seattle Mariners. Rain is currently drenching the field at Wrigley, but that did not slow down John Lester, who didn't allow a run in 6 innings of work today. He got plenty of help from the offense as well, as the Cubs lead 11-0 in the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th inning, currently in a rain delay. Jason Hayward and David Ross both have home runs for the Cubs today, while Chris Bryant is 3 for 3 and has reached base 4 times. The White Sox continue their road trip and look to return to their winning ways in Minneapolis against the Twins. Jose Quintana and his sub-3 ERA take the hill for the White Sox as he looks to win his 3rd straight decision. The Twins are a good candidate to bounce back against. They currently own the worst record in the AL. After winning the series opener against the Marlins and taking 3 of their last 4 overall, the Cardinals will be taking on Miami again tonight in a game you can catch right here on ESPN 93.5. Mike Leake starts tonight for the Cards, looking to bounce back from a poor outing his last time out on July 23rd against the Dodgers. Jose Urena will be the starting pitcher for the Marlins. And in NBA news today, the Bulls officially announced Dwayne Wade's signing, and he quickly went on to declare that, quote, this is Jimmy Butler's team.
Wow.
4:30 Sports Center, I'm Brendan Dworzinski.
Leadership. Hey, whether your child is in diapers or in driver's ed, curb the rising cost of college with Busey. Let their experienced professionals develop a saving strategy for your family. Are you ready to get blown away here, Jeremy?
Sure.
Annual cost for 4-year colleges. Private schools, how about $48,000 a year?
Blown away.
Public universities for out-of-staters. So let's say, like back in the day when I wanted to go to the Ohio State because Jack Buck did, how about $38,000 there? In public universities, just for residents, around $24,000. Listen, the sooner you save, the better. Any kind of saving, even modest savings, can add up over time. And Busey can help you. They encourage you to have at least a goal of saving for 1 year. Invest in your child's future today with Busey for a saving strategy for your family. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of their many convenient locations.
We talked a little Illinois football recruiting last hour. Of course, a lot of Illini fans, big basketball recruiting fans. And Tim in Decatur asked, Scruggs set up visits. Illinois is included. Paul Scruggs, a top 50 prospect out of Indiana. Any effect or pressure on Frazier or Goodwin?
Did you say Indiana?
He's an Indian.
Hey, Jalen Coleman Lance was as well.
He's an Indian fan.
Indianian.
Is he Canadian too?
No.
Oh, okay.
But Paul Scruggs, yes, Illinois is on his official visit list of 5. He is visiting, I think, Xavier and Indiana first.
Yeah, okay.
If he gets by those uncommitted, I would be shocked.
Okay.
Xavier is a big-time leader for him.
Fair enough.
Indiana would love him. I know North Carolina and some other programs have been interested as well, but I know Xavier is in a really good spot for him. So if Illinois can get him on an official visit, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. I don't think they are trying to pressure anyone at this point, Illini fans. I don't think there's a lot of games being played for Illinois. They have prioritized Trent Frazier. They have prioritized Jordan Goodwin. Yes, they have to consider their other options. But they are all in on those guys, and those guys know how much, not all in, but
right.
They are showing those guys, you are our priorities. Yes, we got to recruit other kids while we do this, but Trent Frazier is visiting in August. Jordan Goodwin, I know he was quoted as saying October decision. I don't see it going that long.
Okay.
I think it won't go nearly that long, but Illinois is doing a great job there. I mean, when your top competition is SLU, Missouri, Northwestern, I think
that was so nice of him to include them.
I think Illinois is in a good spot. Now, he hasn't made his decision yet.
Right.
But I think you're in a great spot with those two. I don't think we should overthink it.
This is really early planning, but I was thinking of a weekend trip to Florida in October.
Yeah.
So just chalk it down.
Okay.
Chalk it down for a good one. And I said, Cart, by the way, the other day, if he commits, Jeremy's going to get a crop top, like really, not bald, but really
I
tight.
just shave it.
Oh, you just shave it. Okay. And then I've got to paint my face orange.
Yes.
If Goodwin commits.
If he commits. I've got to paint my face orange the entire show.
Go buy the paint.
I know. We need to have it, right? We need to have it on Scruggs from Indiana. Isn't it funny? I still can't get it through my head that teams like Xavier have had a lot more success than Illinois.
I was just thinking that too. I was like, wow, he's going to commit to Xavier?
Right.
But it's like, wait a second.
They
They've
have
actually
kicked
been a
some
top
butts.
20 about program. I mean, what Chris Mack has done there.
Yes.
And how many consecutive tournaments they probably made, or at least 7 of 8, 8 of 9. I mean, they are at a different level than Illinois is right now. The good news with basketball.
Xavier has made the Sweet 16 3 of the past 7 years.
Unbelievable.
I'll take a run like that.
They made the second round last year. Yeah, I mean they're a better program than you.
Yeah, they are.
Have been.
They are.
It doesn't matter that they're not in the Big Ten.
No. Right. But it's so weird for me, and obviously Carp did it too. You had the same thought. It's just like, wait a minute, why are we? Oh, wait, no, Xavier's been really good.
But that's why basketball is so much more. Watching a college football program try to resurrect itself can be such a long,
painstaking.
Yes. With basketball, it really can be one great class.
Sure.
And then you're off. And that's why it's exciting to see maybe a Frazier and a Goodwin being this close to committing. And then you have a fully rounded class that you can point towards and say, okay, we're losing a lot next year.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, wait until all these guys get in here because along with that, you got a guy like Trent Frazier who can score, a guy like Jordan Goodwin who will play right away, Tillman immediate impact. That's different than a class full of projects. That's a class that can come in and actually be reinforcements.
Absolutely.
And maybe not an entire rebuilding job.
We're going to attack with Austin here in a minute, the MLB trade deadline. So I got one more for you, Carp. Let's say Frazier says yes.
Yeah.
Goodwin says yes. So now you got your class of 5. What do you want him to do with the 6th?
I think
Hold
you can. Well, I mean, if let's say Scruggs for whatever reason was like, "Hey, I want to come too." Well, yeah, you do that, but at the same time, you are with 5. There is literally no pressure, I don't think, to go out and get that 6th guy.
Agree.
And you can just pocket it, and you also want class
you can't
balance.
Be picky, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I want another wing.
I'm with you.
Even if it, I get it, Scruggs, and Chris Wilkes wants to be a part of that, and Illinois is still in on him as well, a top 20 kid out of Indiana. Then yes, you consider that. But I'd want an athletic big.
Right. I'm with you.
If you're going to go get a 6 scholarship, go get an athletic big. You got a lot of wings.
Yes.
Right. You got a lot of wings, and if you can get a true star wing, okay, add him. But I'd want an athletic big. That's what you need more than anything.
Thanks for the question, Tim in Decatur. All right. Little Major League Baseball trade deadline, August 1st, Monday. I think it ends at 3 o'clock, right when we start our show. So we're welcoming in Austin Berkland, who's going to hammer up some questions about trade deadline topics. What's up, Austin?
How's it going, guys?
Not bad, buddy.
Good. All right, here's the first question. What kind of return do you want for David Robertson, Jeremy?
I would say, a prospect 9 through 12 on a team's list. Like, we mentioned the Cardinals the other day. I say Carson Kelly, who's like 11, according to MLB.com. I know he's a catcher. Cardinals fans don't want to trade a catcher. Or Charlie Tilson. A guy like that who's close to the major leagues, a center fielder, infielder, or catcher. That's really what I would want if I'm the White Sox, and a guy who can make an impact here soon. The Washington Nationals have a third baseman, Drew Ward, who's close to the majors. That would be the kind of guy. Those are the kind of teams that would need a closer or reliever.
That's fair enough.
All right, next question. Lon.
Yes.
What do you want the Cardinals to get at the deadline?
Nothing. Is that boring? Is that bland? I don't want them to get anything. And here's why. What they need is a reliever. They could use a reliever. But they've got guys. They've got Tuiavala. Seth Maness is throwing all right. I think at some point Trevor Rosenthal's going to get right. Has done fine. Broxton's done fine. From the left-handed side, they've got Segrist. They've got Tyler Lyons that are doing okay. I don't think the Cardinals need to make a move. I really don't.
I agree with you. I think they need to be bargain hunters.
Yeah.
Right?
If somebody...
You can give up your 30th ranked or 20th ranked prospect for a nice reliever.
Exactly.
Yeah, go do that. But I don't think you have to give the price of what people are paying for pitching right now.
Because I do, and I'm not giving up. I am not giving up. I love this team, and I think when you get Peralta back and you get Matt Carpenter back and Brandon Moss gets healthy again, I think this team could be a dangerous team. I just don't want them to just make a move to make a move. I think I'm fine with what they've got right now going forward.
All right. The Cubs are done wheeling and dealing, right, guys?
I think they could add a bat.
I do too.
I think they could add a bat because I don't think Coughlin's giving you anything.
No, and he's back up.
He was called up today.
Yeah,
I think you can if you can get a Josh Reddick.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I'd do that to have another outfielder you can kind of add to that rotation. I mean, right now it's all about the playoffs for the Cubs, and it's all about situations.
Yep.
And if you can improve your team to give you just a better chance to win a World Series, if it's not a huge price, yeah, I'd absolutely do it.
Ditto. I'm with you on that.
All right, next question. Carp, should the Yankees sell anymore or keep Beltran, Miller, etc.?
They're in a weird spot because they've been pretty good since the All-Star break, and they're 6 games out of the East. I think they're only 3.5 out of the wild cards. So, you know, on one hand, I'm falling into that trap. Well, if they can make the wild card, this is not a World Series team, and there's no moves they can make to do that. So I would say, yes, if you can trade Andrew Miller for value, and I know that the Yankees don't want just Giolito.
Yeah.
Is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
They don't want just Giolito.
Gelato, I believe.
Gelato?
It's Giolito.
From
Gelato.
From the Nationals, their top pitching prospect. Or is he the top pitching prospect?
He's the top pitching prospect in baseball.
And they would need more than that. And
Okay.
I think that's actually the approach to take. You have a proven commodity in Andrew Miller. A guy like Carlos Beltran, though, his value will not get higher than this.
Okay.
And that's saying that for like a guy that's pushing 40 right now. So that would be a move that I would consider making, even if it wasn't for the greatest of returns. The Yankees need help with prospects.
The new name on the Chris Sale market, the Yankees. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Gleyber Torres would be interesting. Gary Sanchez, a catcher that you guys have. Aaron Judge, an outfielder.
Oh, man.
All of those guys?
Yes. Oh, it's Chris Sale.
Oh, I know.
Wait, the White Sox would have a catcher of the future?
Possibly. But
Since I've known you, they haven't had a catcher.
after adding Torres, they actually have some prospects where they could deal for a guy like Sale.
That's interesting.
All right, this brings up the next question. Come up with a big trade that you guys would like to see happen before the trade deadline.
I want to see Mike Trout dealt.
That ain't happening.
I know it's not, but I want to see it. You told me to come up with a big one. There you go. That's as big as you
Who
got.
gets him?
The Cardinals. Let's trade for Trout and have him in center field.
Where would he make the most for Trout?
We're giving you Reyes.
The Dodgers. The Dodgers would make the most sense.
Yeah, the Dodgers probably would.
Because
That's
they
probably true.
have the market, they have the prospects.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Cardinals don't.
Right.
The Cardinals do not. I mean, you'd have to go Reyes, Weaver. You'd have to give up Diaz. I mean,
give up your top 8 prospects.
You really would to get Mike Trout.
You'd probably have to give up some of your major league guys, too.
Yeah, like a Diaz and stuff like that.
Piscotty.
Or Piscotty or Grichuk, one of those two. Yeah, I agree.
Both.
Yeah, or maybe both.
I mean,
you know what?
Best,
That's fine.
This is one of the best players ever, right?
And that's
He's
fine. I
not
think I would
getting
do that. I think that would, like all the above, I'd do it for Mike Trout.
I'd love to see the Indians get aggressive and add Jonathan Lucroy and Will Smith,
That
a
would be big for
reliever.
them.
I think that'd be big. It'd fill 2 of their biggest holes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next question. The pitching market price is really insane right now. What happened?
Pitching isn't as good as it was.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
offense is way up this year. Maybe PEDs are back. No, I just think pitching was so good for a couple years, but it's coming back down to earth a little bit.
Agreed.
We've had some key injuries to teams like the Mets. I mean, arms get injured a lot. You've had a lot of those here recently. But yeah, I think finding quality pitching has been so difficult, and that's why the White Sox are not just going to trade Quintana and Sale so easily, because finding those guys for that cheap is a valuable resource.
And I think it's funny. It's all about bullpens now, right? It's all about making sure you've got a stacked bullpen with guys that can throw 100 miles an hour in October. That's exactly what's going crazy.
All right, final question. The Royals, the defending world champions, are in a really weird place right now. What should they do at the deadline?
Isn't it funny? You're Kansas City. You've gone how many years without winning?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you make a World Series, you don't win it, then you win the World Series. If I'm a Royals fan, I'm not that I'm not trying to be aggressive, but I'm just kind of playing it by ear. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think you need to sell.
I don't either.
If somebody goes crazy for Wade Davis, yeah, I might sell him, and because they got some decent arms in the back of that thing. Their pitching isn't good enough, and they've been hurt all year.
Right.
But they can load up again next year, be healthy, and compete again. So it's kind of a team where it's like, it's not our year.
Yeah.
The last 2 have been.
I got it.
We'll try again next year.
All right. Austin, thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your help as we get ready for the deadline. When is it again? It's a Monday, correct?
August 1st, because trade deadline falls on a Sunday this year.
Unbelievable.
It's Friday.
Carp, it is time for the 5 at 5 at 4:40. Yes. What are the topics, my friend?
We have trusted celebrities, untouchable movies, late night snack, Samuel L. Jackson, and we switched the topic.
Okay.
Dance crazes.
Okay.
Yeah. Dance crazes.
All right, we'll do it next. It is the Tay and J Show.
Driving on the highway, cruising so fast, I want Hey, Cardinal fans, wrap up your summer with the kids before school is back and make a trip to St. Louis. Friday, August 5th, 6th, and 7th. That weekend, the Cardinals take on the Atlanta Braves, and it's loaded with great giveaways. Friday, August 5th, it's the Adult Cardinals Fedora, presented by the Shane Company. 30,000 fans ages 16 and older take home a unique Cardinals Fedora. Saturday, August 6th, it's the Vintage Cardinal Bobblehead, presented by AT&T. This exclusive bobblehead will feature a throwback Cardinal bird unlike any other bobblehead distributed in Busch Stadium 3. Sunday, August 7th, it's the Kids Replica Matt Carpenter batting practice jersey, presented by Powerade and Shop and Save. 12,000 kids ages 15 and younger will look like a pro with this Kids Replica Matt Carpenter batting practice jersey. That's Friday, August 5th, August 6th, and August 7th. The Adult Cardinals Fedora, the Vintage Cardinal Bobblehead, and the Kids Replica Matt Carpenter batting practice jersey. Tickets available at cardinals.com/promotions.
No matter what age, braces can give you that beautiful smile you've been hoping for. If you have crooked teeth or a misaligned bite, West Main Dental in downtown Urbana has a variety of treatments that can help straighten your teeth, including braces, Invisalign, and retainers. And right now, West Main Dental is offering $500 off orthodontic services. That's right, $500 off. Call today for a free consultation to get that beautiful smile you deserve. Mention this ad to find out how you can save $500. Some restrictions apply. See office for details. The staff at West Main Dental is well trained, and they're dedicated in making your orthodontic treatment a memorable and enjoyable experience. Let West Main Dental give you the smile that you deserve. West Main Dental in downtown Urbana, 607-1292, and online at westmaindental.com.
Urbana Business Association and the City of Urbana are excited to announce the second season of their Urbana Food Truck Rally Series. Gourmet food trucks from around the Urbana-Champaign area will converge in the Urbana Civic Center parking lot on the last Tuesday of each month from April through October from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. rain or shine. So get out of your office, soak up some sun, and enjoy a great selection of CU's finest street food. For a list of participating food trucks or more information, please visit urbanabusiness.com or urbanaillinois.us.
So, your car made it through the winter months. Time to stop worrying about your battery, right? Wrong. Summer heat is brutal on your car's battery. Make sure it's ready for the hot months ahead with a free battery test at Interstate All Battery Center. If you're good to go, we'll tell you. And if you need to replace your battery, Interstate All Battery Center has the #1 battery brand in the United States, recommended by independent auto technicians 5 times more than the next national brand. So before you head out on your summer road trip, stop by Interstate All Battery Center for your free battery check. And while you're there, be sure to check out our complete selection of batteries for all your portable power needs.
Interstate All Battery Center. You'll find them outrageously dependable. For all your battery needs, visit their Champaign location just north of I-74 at 2504 North Mattis Avenue. Interstate All Battery Center has batteries for most every application in stock.
Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
Hey, Scott Johnson here at Champaign Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. August 25th is Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Range balls, prizes, raffles, lunch, and dinner provided. Golfing is a scramble format beginning at 1 o'clock. Registration beginning at 11:30. All proceeds are going to local law enforcement. For more information, call me, Scott, at 217-352-4273. That's 217-352-4273. It's the Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Thursday, August 25th with a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Call 217-352-4273.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
This is John Greenhut, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. Even better, there's no messy strips or trays that you'll have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-679-0969. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969.
When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
It's like that teacher that gets off for the summer. Now they're back at school. I don't know. That's a horrible analogy.
Whatever.
But anywho, the 5 and 5 is back.
Teacher
I deduct you
at
a
the
point.
summer school, back at it, school.
Mike Carpenter, once again, these questions are outstanding.
Thank you.
I mean, I cannot tell you how not only thoughtful they are, thought-provoking, they're well-written. Everything about it is just perfect.
Well, thank you.
You just do an unbelievable job as
Thank you so much. That's sweet of you. So now for the third 5 at 5 of 2016 at the end of July. Question number 1. The political conventions are now over, and boy, did the stars come out to support their political parties of choice.
Scott Baio.
Well, Katy Perry last night, she serenaded the crowd in Philly just a day after Meryl Streep spoke in support of Hillary Clinton, while Scott Baio and Anthony Sabato Jr. used their undeniable star power to bring the Cleveland crowd to its feet. Still, most of these celebrity endorsements don't mean a whole lot to the general voter. If you were running for president, which trusted, beloved celebrity would you want to speak on your behalf?
If I'm going to be the president of the United States, it's going to be, I'm going to have some kind of a platform, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really believe in anything that much, so I'm going to have to have something besides the fact I'm moving every Super Bowl, I'm moving that from Sunday, national championship game, I'm moving that from Monday. These are going to be Saturday
you're just making
events.
a Monday a day.
Or
off.
those would be holidays. Those would be sports holidays.
Screw you, Columbus Day.
That's correct. We'd have 4 sports holidays during the year, and they'd all be on Monday.
That is your platform.
That is exactly right.
It's better than probably what we're hearing now.
Right? And look, I'm not good looking, so it's not like I'm going to wow voters with that.
Well, the two major candidates aren't exactly jokers themselves. I think you're doing okay.
You're no Romney.
I'm not Romney.
Oh,
that is exactly right.
You are.
So what's the one thing that Lon would have? It's my voice. So I'm going to have somebody step up for me that is going to be able to exude confidence, but also have the best voice going.
To do this, I was thinking that you could be trusted.
I'm going with Sam Elliott.
Oh, yes.
Sam Elliott.
He's going to narrate your campaign video.
Yes.
Hit me.
He's 71 years old.
Yep.
Is he singing or he's
doing Taylor
narrating
Swift's
Bad Blood? Let me hear this.
Like you're laughing right at me. Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times. You and I. 'Cause, baby, now we got bad blood.
That is the greatest thing we've ever done on the show.
So Sam Elliott's the guy because he's going to come out and
I want to watch this whole thing.
I don't even know if he's Republican or Democrat. I don't know. I mean,
Did you even know that was Bad Blood?
Yeah,
Oh God.
He's just an American.
Yep.
He's an American.
Sam Elliott, great choice off the beaten path.
You would definitely get the conservative vote.
Yeah, well, no doubt.
Sam Elliott.
There's no doubt.
See, my guy, I think, would cross the aisle. I think he gets people from both sides.
Mark Wahlberg.
Even though I think he
that's Lon's guy.
he leans left, but I want a winner. I want a winner, right?
I should have gone with Mark
because
Wahlberg.
America's going to win again.
America.
That's right. We're great at it.
Like President Trump's telling us, we are going to win again. So I'm going to go with a winner, but someone who just has a good philosophy on life, I believe. And that is Cubs manager Joe Madden.
Wow. With his glasses?
Yes.
Does he come out in full Cubs
He's
regalia?
ridiculously smart. He'll probably be wearing a Hawaiian shirt or something like that.
And he'd be
Tommy
funny,
Bahama.
too. I mean, he'd throw out some funny in there as well.
And he can get after some people.
That'd be a fun night of Madden and Elliott.
So we got the Sam
That would be a
Elliott.
good debate.
It would just be a great
We
debate.
have a Sam Elliott campaign video. We have the Joe Madden in a Tommy Bahama shirt.
Yes.
Taking the
Smoking
stage.
a cigar.
Drinking wine.
Flip-flops.
I'm going to go Sam Elliott.
Okay.
That's a voice that does not quit.
No, I mean, he's just
we saw the effect that Morgan Freeman had on that video yesterday.
Can we just skip the last segment and play
Just
him
play that
reading
Sam
Bad
Elliott
Blood?
going out.
That is fantastic. I've never seen that.
Question number 2. The female cast reboot of Ghostbusters has received generally positive reviews, but it has been a surprisingly controversial film. Much of the criticism comes from fans of the original who believe a remake like this tarnishes the legacy of classic 80s comedy. Everyone has certain films that elicit nostalgia and good memories. So what's a movie you hope is never rebooted or remade?
This is funny. Lon has to change his answer because we usually check before.
Yeah, same answer.
We had the exact same answer.
I had no idea that
well,
you
you
would
could
go
with the
this
same
era.
answer, give me different reasoning.
No. I've got another one. I actually had a backup plan for this one.
Because you set me off with 80s classics.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's one genre of movies that was just phenomenal.
Did this come to you immediately?
Yes.
Same here.
Absolutely, because the movie is near perfection.
Yes.
It is near perfection. It was staffed beautifully.
Yep.
Like, they got the right cast characters for this one. And it's Breakfast Club.
Yes.
They was perfectly,
Oh, you know it's coming. You know a remake is coming.
And it's going to be terrible because you cannot replace all those characters are so iconic. Like, those are the best roles they will ever do again, including Emilio.
Yeah.
Like, that was
Judd Nelson,
Judd
right?
Nelson was
Was
so
unbelievable.
good. And I'm
Anthony
not
Michael Hall.
I'm not a big Molly Ringwald fan in the other movies. She fit that role so perfectly.
Ali Sheedy.
And Ali Sheedy, I had something about, there's something about her. That's so funny.
So I went with a Breakfast Club because you can't do it any better.
No.
They'll make money off it as they did, but I think people would be so angry about it because I understand some remakes like Ghostbusters, that can be fun again. We got new technology that can make that better.
Right.
You cannot make that movie better.
I don't even want to win this point because if they ever come back and make a Breakfast Club, I will be upset. Badly upset. The other one I thought of was The Wizard of Oz. And you know, back in the day,
they made The Wiz.
That's true. That's true. But if they did that again and tried to really technical it up, I don't think I would like it as much.
They did the one that was a prequel.
Yeah.
The Great and Powerful Oz with James Franco and Mila Kunis. That's
right.
And they did too much graphics and things like that.
I just think it
just wasn't very good.
No, and The Wizard of Oz back in the day, it's so bad if you go back and watch it now.
It's dated.
It really is dated, but it's like
made
back.
in 1939, yes.
Well, that's true. Everyone
I
always talks about The Wizard of Oz. I didn't like it as a kid.
You didn't?
I
Okay.
loved it.
I did too. I did too. So that would be another. Although those monkeys really freak me out.
They were freaky.
They're freaky.
And who knew that just water would take down the Wicked Witch? Right. That seems like a major flaw.
Wonder Twin Powers.
Has there been
activate.
a better cast thing though than The Cowardly Lion?
No.
Like
No,
that
he's
was
so
a
cowardly.
phenomenal
And Judy
performance.
Garland was just great in it.
She was great.
Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah. Toto or whatever.
Best canine performance. All right, I'm going to go with Jeremy Byno's on this.
Yes.
And then there's one other little tidbit. Rocky Horror Picture Show is being remade.
Is it really?
And the creator of that is not very happy about it. It's kind of a cult film, and he said you can't recreate that.
That was weird. I mean, we used to go to movie theater. We used to come up to Champaign at midnight.
Midnight showings, yeah.
To watch that.
You saw Midnight Showing?
Yeah,
Wow.
I did when we were in high school. That was, it was weird.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just really weird.
Susan Sarandon, though.
Mm-hmm.
There was an odd story, question number 3, that came out this week about President Obama. The First Lady had joked that he ate exactly 7 almonds each night before bed. And while he confirmed he does eat almonds, he denied eating exactly 7.
Okay. He's lying.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Somebody's lying.
He's weird enough to do that.
As a fan of almonds myself, I approve of the president's snacking habits. So let's say you could have only one specific late night snack for the rest of your life.
I have a weird one because I always get the sweet tooth late in the night, but I don't want to eat a bunch of food and feel terrible about myself the next morning. So what I usually go for is an orange.
Oh, okay.
Just get an orange, peel it, get that sweet
That's
tooth.
healthy, too.
And I don't feel ridiculously full or bad about myself afterwards. So I always go for an orange.
I like
especially later on in life. It'll be good for me.
I like
get
it.
an orange in my system.
Absolutely. All right, I like that. I'm going for one that actually is one I do. I mean, I do, like if I'm sitting at home and I've eaten dinner earlier or maybe I skipped dinner, kind of hungry. And when I eat this, I don't eat too many of them, but I take saltine crackers with peanut butter. Oh. And I just spread peanut butter and I eat about 4 to 6 of them with a glass of milk. I know Jeremy's not a milk guy. Those like 6 things with a glass of milk and I'm full and I'm ready to roll.
Me and my wife always do it like we split an apple, a Granny Smith apple with peanut butter. That's really good too.
You know, I've never done peanut butter on an apple.
It's pretty good. Granny Smith.
And I love both.
Yeah.
I love peanut butter and I like apples. I need to do that.
This is tough because I like oranges okay, but they are my favorite fruit. And I like crackers and peanut butter, but saltines are not my favorite cracker. Ritz would have definitely set you over the top.
Yeah.
But I'm still going crackers and peanut butter.
Okay.
Still going that for the late night snack.
That's always good.
Question number 4, Lon leads.
What would Carp's answer be to that?
Oh.
That's a good.
Probably almonds. I love nuts. You can cut that up, Brendan, and put that in the hot cake.
I usually go with a handful of peanuts every once in a while.
Yeah.
You grab a handful of peanuts.
You're a peanut
The
guy.
saltier nut, the better.
I agree with you.
Question number 4, 2-1 Lon lead.
Roasted, right?
Yeah, those are great. But the ones I have are plain, but sometimes I splurge and get the roasted and salted. Sometimes I get the wasabi
Honey
flavor.
roasted, you like it?
Ooh, honey roasted.
God. Honey roasted nut of any kind. 20 years ago today, the number one film in America was A Time to Kill. Sandra Bullock in that movie. My goodness. Starring Matthew McConaughey, Sandra Bullock, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Who's better looking, McConaughey or Bullock?
McConaughey is not
and they had
close,
such
right? But Sandra Bullock.
Think of that set he was on. His wife was played by Ashley Judd.
Right.
The whole movie, everyone's sweating.
Whatever,
Everyone's
McConaughey.
sweating in that movie. So you got sweaty Ashley Judd and you got sweaty Sandra Bullock.
Sweaty Ashley.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
That's a pretty hot movie, actually.
Sandra Bullock.
All right,
I'm going to watch it tonight.
Yeah, right. It's on the DVR. Here we go. There are a few actors as recognizable as Samuel L. from his distinctive voice to his larger-than-life swagger.
He's awesome.
He is great. He has been in a ton of movies, too, in a ton of memorable roles. What is your favorite Samuel L. Jackson performance?
I hope I'm not going the easy route here, and I think I am.
Shaft.
I did like him. No, right. In what was the newest one, Django or whatever?
Yes, that was my second
yeah,
one.
I really
He
liked
was great
him
in
that.
Django, and then he was also in the latest Tarantino movie.
What I loved about Django is he was the antithesis of his normal character.
Correct.
Because his normal character is usually the strong, independent black man.
Yeah.
He was the Uncle Tom
He really
in
was.
Django, which was phenomenal.
That's
Juan, let me guess, you're going to say Deep Blue Sea.
No, I'm not going
classic.
there.
Yeah.
Not going there. Coach Carter. I'm going Coach Carter.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Coach
which
Carter.
fits our sports show theme, but I didn't try to do that. But 2005 film where it's a true story of a basketball coach, Ken Carter, of course, at Richmond High School, that they kind of he got tired of his players just acting out and not going to class. And so he just said, well, forget it. And if you want to be on the team, you got to do 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups, whatever. I thought Samuel L. Jackson did a great job in that. I mean, like he sold that to me halfway through that show. I didn't look at him and thank Samuel L. Jackson. I thought it was Coach Carter.
And that's the problem with him sometimes. He's such a personality that you know you're watching Samuel L. Jackson.
He's awesome.
My issue with that movie is it came out when every other movie
That's true.
that was
Glory
just
Road.
like, yes, all those movies.
That's true.
Express, the Ernie Davis story.
And from what I've heard, like Coach Carter's not the greatest guy in the world. Like,
that's
real
the
life.
same thing with the Remember the Titans coach.
Right,
He's a
right.
terrible person in real life.
But one of the movies I'm going with is probably a movie a lot of people haven't watched. But I saw it in theaters and was blown away by it. It was actually M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable.
Wow, okay.
If you've never seen Unbreakable,
I haven't.
He plays Mr. Glass, which he's kind of the bad guy in this movie, while Bruce Willis is the superhero with superhuman strength. They're kind of opposing characters and how their upbringing was and all that stuff. But it is M. Night Shyamalan, in my opinion, his best movie.
Okay.
And it was ranked the top 10 superhero movie of all time by Time Magazine.
Unbreakable.
Yes, Unbreakable. It's phenomenal. Like, it was probably M. Night Shyamalan's last good movie.
I like Signs.
Which was like back in 2000.
I did like Signs. His first three were good. The man fell off big time. I'm going to go with Jeremy on this.
Yeah.
Kind of understated performance by Samuel L. Jackson.
I
in
want to see
Unbreakable.
that now.
It's
I don't
good.
know that I've seen it.
It's a little darker,
Okay.
but it's really, really good.
Seems
Surprised
like
he didn't go Mace Windu. Yeah, it wasn't his best performance. It was Samuel L. Jackson in the Star Wars movie. It didn't feel right.
No. Hey, we're tied. Going into the last question, Carp, which not surprisingly has to do with music.
Yes.
We were going to go Brian Adams here.
Yeah, but
I
that's
didn't know
boring.
any Brian
You
Adams.
didn't know
I knew Summer of '69.
Lon, what would you have picked?
That.
Summer of '69.
But if
had
not
that
that,
one.
cut like a knife.
Cut like a knife would have been. In fact, I texted that to Jeremy because I'm like, well, if you're going Summer of '69, I'll go Cuts Like a Knife. Yeah, I like Brian Adams. There's a lot of songs that I know he's.
You lived it.
I did. I totally lived Brian Adams. You're right. No, I like his music. That was funny. So, but we went a different route.
We switched it up.
Actually
We switched it up.
Is a better route. I think this is going to be more fun.
Dance crazes.
Yeah, baby.
Dance crazes.
Okay. So, well, we're doing it right now. By the way, we're not taking a break.
Oh, no
I
break.
thought you were going to take.
Oh, you want to take a break?
Yeah.
Let's take a break then. And come
Tease
back. You know what? Hey, let's let her lead us right into it. All right. Dance crazes. It's coming up next. Get ready to sing, kids. It's the Tay and J Show.
Check out the new Honda Honda BMW of Champaign, formerly Twin City Honda BMW and still located in Savoy. These guys are crazy for used vehicles. Truckloads of pre-owned vehicles, 25 to 50% off the price of a similar new model. And not just Hondas and BMWs, cars, pickup trucks, and SUVs of all makes. Financing options on used cars as low as 1.9%. Just drive by Honda BMW of Champaign and you'll see from the street that this is a new dealership. Honda BMW of Champaign, online at drivechampaign.com.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Did you lose a tree over the winter? Do you live in a new home and the sun is beating down on your yard or house? Or maybe you've just been putting off year after year, coming up with an excuse why you haven't planted a tree. In any case, now is the time to let Country Arbors plant a tree for you. For a short time, Country Arbors is discounting the planting charge of all our trees. Why would you want to go through the work of hauling and planting a 10-foot tall, beautiful tree when Country Arbors will do all the work for just $100 and will guarantee our work for up to 5 years? So schedule your tree planting today. You can visit countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
Experience what makes Eastland Suites the best.
Like unique accommodations for guests who need extended stays, full kitchens, patio and balcony access, and grills in the courtyard for cookouts.
Extended stay guests also love the free Wi-Fi, fitness center, and complimentary hot buffet breakfast.
And Tanya, don't forget about the full-service lobby bar, large swimming pool, and the free shuttle, and the...
Experience the best. Experience Eastland Suites. Book online at eastlandsuitesurbana.com.
The Snyder Company.
The American Cancer Society is looking forward to Relay for Life at Hessel Park this Saturday, July 30th, between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. 5 local bands there to entertain: Wellspring duo Birds on a Wire, Less is More, the Zach Dable Experience, and Midnight Remedy. All kinds of auction items, tickets to sporting events, and some goodies from Coach Lou Henson. Alpha Dog Entertainment has their laser tag. Lots of food, games, and fun. Relay for Life. Visit relayforlife.org/ChampaignIL. This Saturday, July 30th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Hessel Park.
Live from the Habib BPC studios, this is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. It is Friday, and I forgot to play my Kenny Chesney song, so now I'm not very happy. But we are down to question 5, tied 2-2 between Jeremy.
And we will play on the way out Sam Elliott reading Bad Blood. It's phenomenal.
It is better than phenomenal.
Yes.
It really is. All right, Carp.
Tied 2-2.
Yep.
Go figure. Question number 5. It was originally Bryan Adams, as we said going in the break, but that's too boring. So we switched it up.
It's too Canadian.
It's too Canadian.
So I don't have a prepared kind of, preamble here.
Right.
Basically, the question we thought of 20 years ago, so 1996, on August 3rd, the number one song in America on the Billboard 100, the Macarena. Los Del Rio.
Wow.
20 years ago. It was number one for 14 consecutive weeks. Took the nation, took the world by storm. So the question I ask you, there's a lot of songs and accompanying dance crazes that have swept the nation off its feet. Which one is your favorite? I would have said least favorite, but there's a lot of bad ones. I want to hear which one is the best.
A friend of mine just put it back on my Facebook page when we did our, what'd you call it?
Harlem Shake.
The Harlem Shake. That is classic.
Yes.
YouTube that. The
Tay and J
Harlem Shake. That's funny stuff.
I'm going to go old school, really old school. This is one of the first dance crazes in the United States.
Hottest dance sensation in the last 4 years, a thing called the twist.
Chubby Checker, what a name.
Wow, yes.
Doing the twist, just a 2-minute, 34-second song. But who is not happy when this song comes out?
And go like this.
And it's so easy.
Oh, it's the one dance I can do.
Your grandma can do it.
Right.
Like, my grandma used to get up, like, she was watching, like, a country show, and she'd be like, dance for me, boys, and do that. Just do the twist.
Watching Lawrence Welk and doing the
Everyone
twist.
can do it, and you know what? It's a good song.
That's fantastic.
And I believe he had a ton of sequels to this.
Yes.
He basically made a career off of, like, if it's a seasonal thing, Christmas twist.
Yeah.
The peppermint twist.
Christmas twist.
That is awesome. That's good stuff. All right. Man, that's a hard one to beat there. You're going classic
That
with
is
that.
He did Twist in USA.
Of course.
Let's Twist Again.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
The Twist Again in 1961.
Just take the let off.
The twist, yet again.
Yet again.
In
Slow
1973.
twisting.
Wait, I got one. The twist, etc.
Twisting Around the World.
Okay.
Twist It Up.
Twisting to the Stroom.
The Twist, Yo Twist with the Fat Boys in 1988.
Wow, the Twist, Yo Twist.
20 twistin' hits.
Wow.
Yeah,
Think about how much money Chubby Checker made, though.
Just on the twist.
Well, clearly not enough if he kept making twists.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think he had a good deal with his manager. Not a lot on the
Probably
royalties.
not. All right, now I'm this might be underwhelming here, but when you get Lon at a wedding, this is pre-40-year-old Lon.
He busted out the third person.
I did.
Here we
I
go.
totally did. And I'm like, I think Jeremy's, though we've never been to a wedding together, I think it's similar. We'll be at Carp's.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think you dance crazy, right?
Yes.
You just get crazy. I do too. Like, I really start just thinking, all right, I'm going to fire down a few Bud Lights, and then I'm going to just go take over that dance.
Yeah.
My wife would award you this point. She loves this song.
Really?
Loves this song.
Okay, well, this is in honor of Tiff, even though I did not know that. So this is one of those, though, at a wedding, at a reception, this song comes on. I have no idea why I like it, but from day one, I've loved it.
But I'd been for Cotton Eye Joe. I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But I'd been for Cotton Eye Joe. I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
What does he do, like some kicking stuff?
And I just start jumping everywhere.
All right.
Like I'm jumping into people. Yeah. Like I don't dance through it. I just like, and I just get all hyper and crap. And I get done with that and I'm sweating. Like I take my suit coat off and my shirt's drenched.
Plyometric workout.
That's exactly right. So if I had this song every morning, I'd probably be a lot skinnier.
All right.
Cotton Eye Joe. I don't even know who sings it. I don't care.
It's Red Necks with an X.
That sounds like such a 2002 band name.
No doubt.
When did that song
I think
come
it was
out?
mid-90s.
I think so. I think mid-90s, yeah.
It's interesting because the Yankees play Cotton Eye Joe at every game.
Do they really?
I think it's like middle of the sixth inning.
You hear that a lot at athletic events.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song.
This is tough because do I go for song quality?
I know.
Or do I...
This is like a legendary...
Go with the picture of Lon.
Right.
Cotton Eye
This
Joe.
is tough.
Just jumping around and just being crazy. Which one do you want to see at your wedding? That's what you say right now.
Yeah, you have to pick one.
At
right
your
now.
reception right now, do you want to see Jeremy's grandma doing the twist? Or do you want to see
she's
me?
no longer
Oh,
with
I'm
us.
sorry. Gosh dang it. Do you want to see Jeremy doing the twist?
She's no longer
Or
with
do
us.
you want to see
That was
Tiff? Do you want to see Tiff out there going
Okay, there we
crazy
go.
on the Cotton Eye Joe?
Lon, I would rather see Rednecks Cotton Eye Joe. Lon wins the 5-5.
Woo! Cotton Eye Joe, baby! Everybody
give me
sing.
some Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
let's
do it
have
again.
some more.
Just yes, never before in my life have I gone
I
from
bet
Great
Ron has
White.
90s on 9.
Oh, it's
I do.
yeah.
What if it goes from Great White to
Where did
this?
you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? But I'd been for Cotton Eye Joe. I'd been married a long time
Yeah,
ago.
baby.
Where did
Fire
you
up
come
the
from?
YouTube.
Where
It's
did
gonna
you
get
go?
all
Where did you
crazy
come
in
from,
here.
Cotton Eye Joe?
He's doing like a bushwhacker thing.
Just jumping into people. Woo! Oh, I had a buddy, Paul Hunley, he was a stronger guy. I'd just go up and just collide with him. He's
I
like,
get the
"Dude."
feeling that on this dance floor, Lon, the song starts, there's a lot of people out there. By the end of it, Lon is the only person out there.
Only one out
The
there.
music stops and Lon keeps dancing, right, and just cuts out, and people are just looking at him like,
Somebody get him a beer.
What happened?
He needs a beer. All right, that was good. Oh, man. Now we've actually got to kill like 2 minutes.
Yeah, what do we do now?
What do we do now after that? Well, I know what we're going to do the last minute of the show, and that's Sam Elliott reading, what is it, Taylor Swift's Bad Blood.
okay, so do the Cubs make a move before we get on the air on Monday?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they go out and they get something.
Obviously, they need another bat because they're only winning 11-0.
Well,
there.
right.
So they need another bat.
I think Theo will do something. He'll do a minor move.
Yeah, they know this is it. They know this is it.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have more opportunities, but you got to take
Right.
advantage
You
of
got a
every
chance right
opportunity you
now.
have.
Totally agree.
Do you think the White Sox deal a big piece?
Not Sale.
Who else
Not
could it?
Quintana.
Yeah.
Abreu, Eaton, David Robertson would be the one
Robertson,
I think most
could be the
likely to
guy.
go.
Todd Frazier, maybe, but that I don't know who would want him. Like, what contending team would want him?
I think there's a lot of teams that would want him. It's just, are you going to get a price better than what you gave
that's
up
true.
for him? I don't know.
That's a good point. I'm trying to think of all the contending teams right now. Does anybody need a third baseman?
No.
There's so many good third basemans out there. That'd be interesting to see.
If you missed any of the show, get the podcast, espncu.com, or find us on iTunes. That's all powered by GTPS Insurance. Thanks to Brendan Dorzinski and Austin Berkland behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We will have a full show on Monday.
That's crazy.
And Illinois football starts next week.
Oh, that's right. Is that, Thursday?
Thursday is the first day of practice.
And you can go, set the parameters for me real quick. If people are wanting to go, is it going to be at Memorial Stadium or it'll be on
it'll be probably on the practice field. It's Thursday. I think practice starts at 2:30, goes till 5. Friday, 2:30 to 5. And you can show up and watch practice.
That's cool.
Parking's right across the street at the State Farm Center.
What would you recommend if they're going to watch practice? The first 20, 30 minutes is just stretching,
45 minutes is probably just not much there. You'd probably want to come to the last hour.
Because they're working more position. They're with their position coach doing things. It's pretty fun to do that. So that's pretty cool. All right. Thanks to Tiff, by the way, for helping me win the 5 at 5.
Here is Sam Elliott reading Taylor Swift's Bad Blood.
All right.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Well, I'm going to read this, but, my apologies to Taylor Swift. Are you going to get sued by her?
No.
Am I?
No.
You could care less about that.
I definitely care about that.
Did you have to do this? I was thinking that you could be trusted. Did you have to ruin what was shiny? Now it's all rusted. Did you have to hit me where I'm weak? Baby, I couldn't breathe. And rub it in so deep, salt in the wound like you're laughing right at me. Oh, it's so sad to think about the good times, you and I. 'Cause, baby, now we got bad blood. It used to be mad love. So take a look at what you've done. 'Cause, baby, now we've got bad blood. Hey.
All right, 1 down, 6 to go. Dry cleaning, pick up the kids. Holy shnikes, I forgot to go to First Bank.
Congratulations, Mary Winston. Your to-do list just got shorter.
Wait, what? Me?
That's right. First Bank now has mobile deposit. Just open the First Bank app, snap a picture of the check, and your deposit is done.
That was so easy. Mobile deposit is awesome.
With First Bank mobile deposit, it's app, snap. That's a wrap.
Do you always talk like this?
Yes, I do. First Bank, member FDIC.
This Mettler Fitness Tip is brought to you by the Mettler Center, located at Windsor and Duncan in Champaign.
Learn delicious ways to cook healthy foods. Gradually cut down on fat, sugar, and salt in your usual recipes, and watch how your taste buds adapt to appreciate the natural taste of foods. Use citrus juices, herbs, spices, oils, and vinegars to add amazing new zest to your food, while you reduce your reliance on fat, sugar, and salt.
If you need quick advice on a fitness topic, go to MettlerCenter.com and click on Ask an Expert.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
The Ameren pregame show. Chris Rampy with you on the St. Louis Cardinals radio network as we get set for the second of a 4-game series in Miami between the Cardinals and the Marlins. Mike Leake tonight against Jose Urena, and last night the Cardinals winning another one-run game. This time for only the second time in his career. Jose Fernandez losing at home, and the Cardinals winning their 55th game of the season, their 30th away from Busch. Coming up on the Ameren pregame show, we'll head in a bit to Miami for the first word on tonight's game from John Rooney and Rick Horton. John will have the manager's chat with Mike Matheny. We will hear from Mike Claiborne and check in with Dan McLaughlin. Plus some more news on some Cardinals who are trying to get back and are currently on rehab assignments. So we're working very hard to get you all the latest and best news as we get set for hopefully another big Cardinal win in Miami over the Marlins. But what about last night? Jose Fernandez has been so incredible, and even better than that at home. The Cardinals got to him early, had a good outing from Michael Wacha, and the bullpen held on. That brings us to our Central Bank of St. Louis replay.
The pitch. A little tap. Wacha has it. Moves over toward the line, throws to Adams, and Wacha gets out of trouble. The Marlins waste a leadoff double and leave Stanton over at third base.
And he hits that ball hard and deep to left field. Back goes the left fielder. Is this out of here? This ball is gone. Home run, Aledmys Diaz. The Cardinals take a 2-0 lead as Diaz homers off his former neighbor in Cuba, Jose Fernandez. What a blast that was. Swing and a long fly ball down the right field line. This is deep. This is back towards the wall. It's a home run for Matt Holliday.
2 home runs in the inning, Diaz and Holliday, and that's a total of 10 home runs allowed by Jose Fernandez this season.
0-2 quickly, now 0-3 as Wacha blows him away with a fastball up in the zone. First strikeout for Wacha, really good inning for him.
Felt like he had pretty good fastball command throughout the game, and just really opened up my other pitches, and I was able to hit the corners. Overall felt good.
A 2-2 pitch, a swing and a line drive down the right field line, fair ball. That's going to the corner. Hazelbaker's going to get 2 for sure. He's thinking about 3. He's on his way, and he's going to make it standing. A leadoff triple in the 5th inning for Hazelbaker. The pitch with the infield in, and there's a line drive hit to the left field corner. That ball gets down. It's cut off by Yelich. Here's the throw into second. The slide. Save. An RBI double for Aledmys Diaz. The Cardinals lead 4-0 against Jose Fernandez. And Aledmys Diaz is 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. The pitch, ground ball, right side, right field, a base hit. Adams scores Diaz, and the Cardinals have a 5-0 lead in the 5th inning. He shot that one past the diving D. Gordon. Adams is 1 for 3 and give him RBI number 43.
Broxton is set at the belt and the pitch. Slider called, strike 3. Broxton comes up with a big pitch, strikes out Johnson with the potential tying run aboard in the 7th inning.
Zegras looks to first and pitches. Ground ball to the second baseman. Flip to second out. Diaz to first. There it is, a double play. 4-6-3. Oh, with the pitch. A swing and a shot to the second baseman. Flip to second out. On to first. Double play and a Redbird winner. A Redbird winner on a double play ball from O, retiring Ozuna and Real Muto, and this ball game has come to an end.
He's been impressive all the way across the board. Everything he's done has just been everything we could ask, and he continues to see the league, but also have enough weapons to where they don't see necessarily the same thing twice. And he does a nice job of feeling what's working for him and what might work against a particular offense, a particular hitter, and then he executes.
Yeah, boy, it was a nice job holding on. Cardinals bullpen, Shono with an efficient 9th. Michael Wacha the winner. Home runs from Diaz and Holliday, and the Cardinals another win over the Marlins in Miami. A 1-run win. They've won 6 1-run games in a row, but again, 30 away from Busch Stadium. Replay brought to you by Central Bank of St. Louis, your hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. Follow Cardinals Baseball Live at the MLB.com @bat app. Stay up to the moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. We'll talk Mike Leake when we come back. Just getting started on the Ameren pregame show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
From spring training through the postseason, we spend countless hours with Cardinals players, traveling all over the majors. But do you know the single best place to get the most revealing look at our Redbirds? It's the Cardinals magazine. It's an indispensable source not only for our jobs, but our enjoyment of the game. So join me and thousands of other readers who receive Cardinals magazine. Sign up for a subscription for just $35 at 314-345-9000 or go to cardinals.com/magazine. Hi, Mike Shannon here. Have you ever wanted to give back, make a difference, but you didn't know how? Well, let me tell you about an organization that I support. It's Goodwill. Goodwill makes it easy to give back. All you need to do is donate your old clothing or your household goods. They help a lot of people with disabilities right here in St. Louis by turning your donations into jobs. There's a Goodwill in every neighborhood. Visit mersgoodwill.org. Give hope. Give local. Give Goodwill.
This is Brian Finch from the Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum. Have you ever wanted to try and broadcast the club's greatest moments, put on a World Series ring, or hold an authentic game-used bat by Lou Brock or Stan Musial? You can at the Cardinals Museum. Our museum also boasts one of the largest team-specific collections of artifacts and memorabilia in the world. If you love the Cardinals and our rich history, a stop by the Cardinals Museum is a must. The museum is open daily and is located in Cardinals Nation at Ballpark Village. For info and tickets, visit cardinalsnation.com.
Before the start of every game, there must be a plan. It can be the difference between winning or losing. Vitae Foundation gets it. Their well-executed game plan, combining right-brain research with targeted media strategies, reach women facing unplanned pregnancies and help them find life-saving pregnancy help centers. That's a solid game plan with a winning strategy. That's Vitae. Life, the game we must win. Check them out at adsforlife.org. This message brought to you by the Vitae Foundation.
Oh, we've seen Mike Leake be pretty darn good recently for the Cardinals. Chris Raby back with you. It's the Ameren pregame show. We're live at Cardinals Nation Restaurant inside Ballpark Village as we get set for the Cardinals and the Marlins tonight. And Leake is going to be our UMB player to bank on. Just 7-8 this year with a 4.24 earned run average. However, we saw a unbelievable stretch by Leake early. And over the last couple of games, early in games, he's been really, really good. Had back-to-back starts of 10-plus strikeouts and no walks. He hasn't issued a walk in a career-high 25 consecutive innings over his last 4 starts. And early in the season, had a 19 in the third walkless streak. If you can keep the free passes down and keep the ball down, as Mike Leake has done, 49 ground balls and just 28 fly balls this year, you should have a recipe for something good happen. Struggled against the Dodgers last week on the 23rd. Things just snowballing on him a little bit, but boy, has he been efficient. He's thrown 89 pitches his last start. Then, in back-to-back starts, striking out 11 and 10 respectively, 88 and 99 pitches. So expect Mike Leake to be good against a good Marlins team tonight that has only mustered 25 hits and 122 career at-bats against him. Giancarlo Stanton, just 2 for 12. Doesn't have a home run, but just 2 for 12 against Mike Leake. He's our UMB player to bank on. Let's check in with Dan McLaughlin.
Great moments in Busch Stadium history, presented by White Castle. For former closer of the Cardinals, Jason Mott, his path to the big leagues was an unusual one. It took him from being a strong-arm catcher that couldn't hit to a strong-arm pitcher that had a blazing fastball. Not only did he get to the big leagues with that fastball, but he got to live out the dream of so many that grow up playing the game. He was on the mound for the final out of the 2011 World Series.
0-1 delivery. Here she comes. Swinging a high drive into left. Back goes the Craig. He's at the track. He has it. And the Cardinals are world champion for 2011. They came from nowhere to astound the baseball world. They win this one 6-2, and they're world champions for 2011. And they mob one another on the infield.
I've seen it a couple times. It's still pretty awesome. Baseball-wise, that was, that's where you want to be. You want to be the last team standing, whether it's, World Series, if you're NFL, if you're Stanley Cup, if you're, that's what you want to be. And, to be the last team standing was pretty cool. And to be able to be out there and get the opportunity to be out there on the mound and be out there was pretty amazing.
Great moments in Busch Stadium history, presented by White Castle. Hey, Cardinal fans, try White Castle's crispy corn dog nibblers and creamy mac and cheese nibblers. They're back anytime for a limited time, only at White Castle. For the Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Dan McLaughlin.
You heard about Son Juan O in our first segment. Boy, has he been good for the Cardinals. We take a look at the saves leaderboard. Want to look at some of the statistical categories for relievers in baseball and where O places. His ERA 1.69, 15th among all major league relievers. His fielding independent pitching is FIP 194. That's 9th among all relievers. Strikeouts per 9, 18th among all relievers. Home runs allowed per 9, 20th among all relievers, just .34. And his win wins above replacement, 1.6 so far according to Fangraphs. That's sixth best among all Major League relief pitchers. Our look at the relief leaderboard. And Cardinals closer Seon Wan-Oh, who on the year has 7 saves and is 2-1, has appeared in 53 games, throwing 53 and a third innings, is sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we are for you. We'll give you some updates on some rehabbing Cardinals and give you a DraftKings pick. I cannot pick a guy who's not going to hit a home run. I make picks, you make money, theoretically, on DraftKings.com. We'll do that in a moment on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Your vehicle's comfort doesn't just come from the inside. That's why the new Mastercraft SRT Touring Tire was designed to provide their most comfortable and quiet all-season performance. Comfort that comes from the SRT Touring's state-of-the-art tread compound and design, not to mention the confidence of enhanced handling in wet and dry conditions, increased light snow traction, and improved tread wear. It's the new Mastercraft SRT Touring Tire. Master the road.
Visit Tires Plus today.
Brian, I can't do this. I'm going online for answers.
Like a computer's going to fix this.
My parents don't sound happy.
Wait, here's a place that promotes lots of options.
You mean there's help for us in this community?
I thought we were stuck. There is hope.
Hey, little bit, we have good news.
You're going to have a little sister.
Really? Yay!
Finding that Pregnancy Help Center saved us.
This happy beginning brought to you by the Vitae Foundation.
Go to adsforlife.org.
Why miss a word when you don't have to? Right now, bring in any brand hearing aid for a free inspection and cleaning by hearing aid professionals at Audibel Hearing Aid Centers. With your appointment, you also get a free 8-pack of premium batteries. That's a $70 value. Audibel Hearing Aid Centers in Champaign, Danville, Gibson City, Monticello, Tuscola, and Arthur. Visit GetHearingHelp.com. That's GetHearingHelp.com to set up your appointment today. That's GetHearingHelp.com. Audibel. You should hear what you've been missing.
There's a time for work, there's a time for play, there's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
Legends Golf Course and Driving Range in Southwest Champaign offers something for golfers of all levels. The 9-hole executive course is great for anyone seeking a quick round of golf at an affordable price. Check out league nights, schedule a private outing, or your company's next team building event. Junior players can learn the game through camps while honing in on their skills in a fun environment. Relax after a round in the newly renovated clubhouse while catching up on golf tournaments or baseball on one of their 6 televisions. Legends Golf Course and Driving Range. Visit them at legendsofchampaign.com.
Sure, we've been called a mom and pop store. We take it as a compliment. After all, we are family owned and operated with 2 generations actively involved, and 5 of our team members have been with us for around 20 years each or longer. We run our business with old-fashioned customer service as our foundation, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Add our great selection of hand-picked mattresses, all proudly made in the USA at guaranteed lowest prices, and we're sure you won't find a better deal anywhere. Visit us and experience the Illini mattress difference today.
Well, we get some news from Miami. Jen Langosh does a great job covering the team for MLB.com and reporting from Marlins Park that if all goes well on his rehab assignment, Brandon Moss will be activated on Tuesday in Cincinnati against the Reds. Moss 0 for 3, hitting third and playing first base last night for the Springfield Cardinals. Jen says Carpenter is likely to begin a rehab assignment on Sunday and rejoin the Cardinals on Friday. Boy, would that be nice to get back to Busch Stadium and have Matt Carpenter back in the lineup for the Cardinals. Of course, both Moss, Carpenter, and Johnny Peralta all on the disabled list right now. Farm Report brought to you by Monsanto, proud supporter of America's farmers. All right, time now for our DraftKings Daily Pick and call it a hunch, but we're going to ride Matt Holliday. I think Holliday is going to continue to stay hot, and we're putting him in our lineup in the outfield tonight. You can play daily fantasy baseball at DraftKings.com. Go to DraftKings.com now. Use promo code Redbirds to play free. That's Redbirds at DraftKings.com. Play free today. Peel Wood Fired Pizza has convenient Metro East locations in Edwardsville and O'Fallon, Illinois. Their newest restaurant and brewery is located in a renovated 10,000 square foot historic building in downtown O'Fallon and serving all the delicious wood-fired creations you've come to expect at Peel Wood Fired Pizza. Visit their website at peelpizza.com. To the broadcast booth we go in Miami next on the Ameren pregame show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Even small outdoor projects can lead to big trouble if you're not thinking safety. Hey Cardinal fans, Ozzie Smith here for Ameren, Illinois. Whether you're planting a tree or putting in a fence, call 811 first to have underground electric lines and other utilities clearly marked. It could save you a lot of trouble and even your life. A safety message from your friends at Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
What the? Oh, it's just quicksand. How can I help you? I need some life insurance, but... No problem. So I'm a tad stuck in the mud here when it comes to shopping better plans for you. That's not good. Not for you, no. I'm going to Trusted Choice instead. Toss me a line before you leave.
Trusted Choice independent agents aren't stuck to one provider. They're free to shop around to find you a better plan. That's the freedom Trusted Choice agents have that others don't. Find your local agent today at TrustedChoice.com. Trusted Choice, free to do what's right for you.
When your computer's not working, you're not working. Hi, this is Dan from Simplified Computers. Whether your computer is running slow, you have a virus, or it's just time for an upgrade, Simplified Computers is here to help with personal service you won't find at the big box stores. We can set up your wireless network, build, install, and maintain your business's server, or replace your hard drive. For over 18 years, we have served the Champaign-Urbana community with integrity and quality customer service. Call us at 352-5000. Simplified Computers, simply the best.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know that quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
Are you sick of spending thousands of dollars a year on smoking? Sick of coughing every time you get up in the morning? Well, try Vapors E-Cigs LLC, offering the best e-cigarette kits, liquids, accessories, and refills. Using an e-cig gives you the freedom to enjoy smoking again without all the guilt and the odor. Stop into Vapors E-Cigs LLC and find out how they can help you quit smoking. Find Vapors E-Cigs in 3 convenient locations: 1903 North Neal Street, Champaign, 2 East Main Street in Danville across from the courthouse, and now open at 620 East Champaign Avenue in Rantoul.
A community of people driven to innovate. We power the free flow of people with big ideas.
You're right up front.
We fly Champaign-Urbana. Daily connections to more than 100 cities.
Good morning.
A commitment to making travel easier.
And welcome to board.
Empower your innovation at iFlyCU.com. Fly Champaign-Urbana. See you around the world.
Closed again. It's quite humid here in Miami as the Cardinals and the Marlins play Game 2 of the 4-game series. And Rick Horton, the Marlins have done some dealing. They made a trade with the San Diego Padres, and one of those pitchers, Colin Ray, will go against the Cardinals tomorrow night.
We'll see Ray on Saturday, and then they have also added Andrew Kashner to their rotation, who the Cardinals have seen a couple of times over the past few years, a hard-throwing right-hander. I think the Marlins felt they needed to upgrade their rotation. They feel like they've got a chance to be in this. They sent to San Diego a couple of minor league players as well as Carter Capps, who's on the disabled list, so no real short-term loss there, although he has a big upside. He's been good for them when healthy. And they also sent Jared Cozart, who was supposed to start on Saturday, so the Marlins making some deals.
And the Cardinals are still, I'm sure, talking about trades, but in the meantime, on the mound tonight, it's Mike Leake, who has been quite successful against these Marlins.
Interesting for players. They understand that there are a lot of trade talks and a lot of conversations, and if you follow Twitter and you're checking out all the TV shows that deal with the guesses and the insiders who talk about what deals may be out there, I mean, there is a lot of talk. There's no question about that. From a player's point of view, they have to block that out, forget about it, and just play where they are now. And where they are, if you're a Cardinal, is in Miami, and Mike Leake has to rebound from a tough start, John, that he had his last time out against the Dodgers where he gave up a lot of hits.
Jose Urena is going to pitch against the Cardinals, and as far as regular season play goes, very few of the Cardinals have seen him, even though some, like Hazelbaker, saw him in the minors.
Yeah, he saw him from about 2 inches away because they had a brawl that happened in the minor leagues, and for folks that haven't seen that on video, Urena threw one right under the chin of Hazelbaker. He charged the mound, and it ended up being an ugly brawl with Memphis and the Marlins AAA affiliate. And the Cardinals have seen Urena at the big league level one time. Yadier Molina had a couple of hits in that game. One start, went 5 innings, 3 runs, so I don't know if you can tell much from that. But having seen him pitch in spring training, he's got a live arm.
So the Cardinals tonight go with Mike Leake and trying to make it 2 in a row over these Miami Marlins, who won 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. And this has been a road trip, Rick, where the Cardinals have won 3 out of 4, 2 out of 3 in New York and last night, and all of the wins have been by 1 run.
Cardinals are now 30-17 on the road. They have the best road record in baseball. They're winning the close games, as you mentioned. And it's been fun, John. The last game in New York was as fun as I've had at the ballpark all season in terms of seeing a good game that turned out well for the home guys. And it is really amazing what they're doing 7th inning or later. It's amazing what they're doing on the road. You have to continue here in Miami because Miami's a team that you're just as concerned about as the Chicago Cubs, frankly. You're trying to catch the Cubs, but right now the Cardinals and Miami are tied in the wild card race. Plenty of games left, nearly 60, but you've got to win them while you can.
Ichiro is hitting third in the starting lineup for the Marlins tonight, 2 hits away from 3,000. What do you think of that, Chris Raby?
I think it's pretty cool. Keep our eyes on that. Hopefully, though, that celebration for the 3,000th hit of Ichiro Suzuki is put on hold a little bit longer. First word from the booth is brought to you by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. The manager, Mike Matheny, is next on the Ameren Pregame Show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Here's a swing and a drive, deep center field. This has a chance to go. It's a goner! Friday, August 5th, the Cardinals face the Atlanta Braves. That night, 30,000 fans, 16 and older, entering with a ticket will take home an adult Cardinals fedora presented by the Shane Company. You don't want to miss this unique, one-of-a-kind Cardinals fedora. That's Friday, August 5th, when the Cardinals play the Braves. Cardinals baseball. Tradition meets today. Get your tickets for the August 5th game at cardinals.com/promotions.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan for Rottler Pest and Lawn Solutions, the official pest control partner of your St. Louis Cardinals. Rottler has been family-owned and operated since 1956. They've been protecting my home for over 10 years. When I call my Rottler technician, he comes out within 24 to 48 hours to solve my pest problems. No matter what's bugging you, Rottler has the solution. To schedule your free, no-obligation inspection and estimate today, visit Rottler.com.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. Finding the perfect solution for you, guiding you through the options, helping you through a claim, and adapting to your evolving needs. Since 1997, GTPS Insurance has provided coverage for your car, your home, your business, and your life. As an independent broker, GTPS Insurance Agency will shop around until they find the right coverage at the best price. Contact a GTPS Insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Rosati's Pizza is so good, it simply couldn't stay in Chicago. From their daily slice special, which includes a drink and a slice for only $5, to deep dish Chicago-style pizza, wings, pasta, and more. Hungry for lunch? Hungry for dinner? Looking for a place to take your Little League team after the game? Think Rosati's Pizza in Urbana. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory Street, Urbana. Call 328-2334. That's 328-2334 or myrosatis.com. The last time we elected a president, only 57.5% of registered voters showed up. It's hard to get everyone to do anything. So when 93% of us all do something, well, that's something. Every week, 93% of Americans listen to the radio, and they're all voting with their wallets every time they make a purchase. If you run a business, let a radio campaign tell your story. See how at StevieJay.com. That's StevieJay.com, or by calling 367-1195.
Hey, Scott Johnson here at Champaign Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. August 25th is Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Range balls, prizes, raffles, lunch, and dinner provided. Golfing is a scramble format beginning at 1 o'clock. Registration beginning at 11:30. All proceeds are going to local law enforcement. For more information, call me, Scott, at 217-352-4273. That's 217-352-4273. It's the Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Thursday, August 25th with a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Call 217-352-4273.
Time now for the manager chat as we head back to Miami. John Rooney with Mike Matheny, brought to you by Webster University.
Mike, congratulations on yet another one-run victory as the Cardinals are making that a habit in the win column.
You know, we early on had a lot of those games with a good run differential, and you knew it was only a matter of time before you started stacking together those real tight games. But yesterday was one of those really impressive outings for our offense to go up and put together great at-bats against a pitcher like Fernandez and realize that he's the kind of guy that's usually pretty tough to score off at any point. So got some room there, got him out of the game, and you know, then they did the same thing. They put some pressure on, but fortunately our bullpen came in and did a nice job.
Before the Cardinals started scoring with the bats, it looked like you had a run with a balk. A balk was called, and Rick Horton mentioned it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a balk overturned up until last night.
No, I haven't either, and I doubt that umpiring crew had ever seen it. You know, I think everybody's so concerned with trying to get everything right that they're putting all their information together, but unfortunately that was one that probably could have used. If it's going to be a game-changing call and something has to be changed, then that might be where we talk about how to use that technology to make sure you're going to get it right. If somebody's going to overturn what someone else sees, then there's some idea there that nobody is certain. So let's find out, use the technology the best we can. So those are one of those conversations I'm sure is going to happen over this winter. But that was one that really shouldn't happen, and it really hurt us.
There's no question anytime you have something involving like replay, it needs tweaking.
It does, and you know, I also get it that you have to have some limitations to. You can't start, does it get all the way down to balls and strikes, or how do you position certain runners, and it's almost impossible to know where a guy would have gone in certain situations. But there's others that are a little more black and white that may be left up to the discretion of the crew chief to say, this is a game-changing play, and if we had a better look, we might be able to have a better chance of getting it right. I think there might need to be some latitude, or at least to be able to call into New York and have a supervisor there that says, listen, this is something that shouldn't be reviewed, or yes, this is a game-changing play that needs to be looked at.
How about Michael Walker last night? He gave up 3 runs his last inning, but it seemed like after he got hit with a line drive, he locked it in.
Yeah, he was really good. We watched him get a lot of ground balls, not a lot of strikes, swing and misses and strikeouts, but I think overall he did a nice job of harnessing his stuff in the bottom of the zone. He used his curveball well. That fastball I thought was very just nice and easy. He had good velocity without trying to do too much. It's kind of interesting watching the two with how Fernandez is just max effort, and every pitch looks like he's trying to throw as hard as he can, and Michael was more smooth and deliberate and did a real nice job. Had one inning where it all kind of just started to snowball, got some balls up in the top of the zone, but after that he ended up getting through the heart of their order and getting us out of it and then handing it over to the bullpen, but it was a great effort.
Who would have thought, just going back a few months ago to Jupiter in spring training, that Aledmys Diaz would have the impact on this team that he's had?
Yeah, I'd be the first one to say not me. And that's great to see that a kid just makes everybody look at him, and you get that opportunity and don't let it slip away. That's just another one of those great stories for us. But a few things had to happen. Johnny Peralta going down, and then Ruben Tejada going down, or we may never even seen Aledmys Diaz this year. And what a great godsend he's been to our club and all the way around. But last night we knew that it'd be a fun face-off for him, seeing his childhood friend and knowing that that's a top-level pitcher. And this kid just doesn't scare from any situation. There's a toughness to him. There's a resilience to him. Just love the way that he's going about the game, and he just seems to get better.
Ichiro's going for 3,000, zeroing in, and he's in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, I'd be real happy without not seeing that here while we're in Miami, and keep these fans wondering when that's going to happen. Great player. I mean, just thinking about 3,000 hits, and then you add all the hits that he had in Japan, John, it's amazing. You talk about that many hits, you're talking 20 years of 200 hits, and that's just bizarre to even think about, when last year we may have one guy in the league that got 200. So it's an impressive run. This guy is very meticulous in how he takes care of himself, and he's a pro. And he's been a great transition, I think, for us with the Japanese players and all the excitement inside Major League Baseball and all of our fans that follow the game over there as well. He's been a great person for the game of baseball.
Good luck tonight, Mike.
Thanks, John.
Manager Chat brought to you by Webster University. We'll turn it over to Mike Claiborne next as we continue on the Ameren pregame show. Chris Ramby with you on the Cardinals Radio Network.
You're at the ballpark each and every day, crouching down, catching heat, all but invisible. Your job lacks glory and limelight, but offers plenty of aches and pains. Truth is, somebody has to be the hero, and somebody has to prepare him for it. So keep on, bullpen catcher. We've got you covered. Ace brand braces, supports, and elastic bandages. Proud sponsor of St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
7 serving 0.
I got it! Ah! Sorry.
8 serving 0.
I got it! Ah!
Okay, why is Charlie chained to that pole?
Well, you see, he's an insurance agent with a big provider that doesn't give their agents much freedom.
He should be a Trusted Choice independent agent instead.
Sorry. You think?
Trusted Choice independent agents are free to shop multiple providers to find you a better plan. That's the freedom Trusted Choice agents have that others don't. Find your local agent today at TrustedChoice.com. Trusted Choice, free to do what's right for you.
It's getting hot out there, and Chief Bauer Service Experts reminds you to tune up your home's air conditioning system before you need it most. Because if that system fails and you get hot, you may think about going to weird lengths to cool off, like napping with your head in the freezer or building a pool in the living room. Help prevent breakdowns and call Chief Bauer Service Experts for $41 off a precision tune-up. Regularly $120, now only $79. You'll also save up to 30% on energy bills and keep your system running at its best all year long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com.
It's time for the Honda Summer Clearance Event at your Central Illinois Honda dealers. And time to get up and go and get amazing clearance lease and finance rates. Your Central Illinois Honda dealers have an incredible inventory, so it's time to fall in love with a new Honda. Check out the completely redesigned Civic or a gorgeous new Accord. Plus, what's not to love about Honda's hot SUV lineup? The HR-V, CR-V, and Pilot, all with clearance savings. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing on the 2016 Honda Accord or CR-V. What are you waiting for? You can't beat the value of a Honda. With Honda Sensing Safety, Apple CarPlay, or Android Auto, you have all the technology you want available. And a rear-view camera is standard on every Honda model. The competition doesn't compare. The Honda Summer Clearance Event is time for you to fall in love with a new Honda. Hurry in for 0.9% financing on Accord and CR-V. Get up and go to your Central Illinois Honda dealers. Visit centralilhondadealers.com. See dealer for financing details. Financing offer ends September 6th.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Did you lose a tree over the winter? Do you live in a new home and the sun is beating down on your yard or house? Or maybe you've just been putting off year after year, coming up with an excuse why you haven't planted a tree. In any case, now is the time to let Country Arbors plant a tree for you. For a short time, Country Arbors is discounting the planting charge of all our trees. Why would you want to go through the work of hauling and planting a 10-foot tall beautiful tree when Country Arbors will do all the work for just $100 and will guarantee our work for up to 5 years? So schedule your tree planting today. You can visit countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
The Vice President of Communications for the Cardinals, Ron Waterman. And Ron, the neat thing is going on with the Cardinals involving one of their most popular players, and it's unique as well, involving Yadier Molina. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's we're really excited about this one. It's Molina's Made for the Best video contest, and it's a fan-based thing. We're asking fans to do videos that celebrate Yadi, show that they're the ultimate Yadi fan, or convey some of the values and themes behind his M4 brand. As you may know, we're fortunate to be the exclusive seller of the M4 brand, and that connection between Yadi and our fans, I think, is a special one. We're really excited to start seeing some videos from our fans, and what's really cool about this is Yadi's been nice enough to sign a dozen balls with the hashtag Made for the Best. And every Monday from now until the end of September will be Molina's Made for the Best Monday. So fans that submit a video are eligible to win one of these baseballs. And the fan that creates the best video will get to go down on the field with their friends, meet Yachty, get their picture taken, and enjoy the game in the president's box. So how about that? That's
a pretty good deal. You know, it's amazing Yachty's impact in our area. He's a guy with a mask on that everybody recognizes.
Yeah, and every kid, every boy and girl wants to be Yachty. I have this theory that in a few years when the draft comes, there's going to be a lot of catchers drafted out of St. Louis because every kid wants to be Yachty. I have a 5-year-old at home, and every time I bring something home, he's like, did Yachty give you that? And I'm sure Yachty gets the same thing when he goes home. Did Ron Waterman give you that?
All the time. I'm sure he's got a whole closet full of Ron Waterman autograph stuff. Yeah, right. And, you know, it won't be long before we start seeing a lot of kids walking around by the name of Yachty here as well.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the ultimate sign of respect that our fans pay a player is to give them a single name. Mm-hmm. And you know, since the day he stepped onto the field, he's been known as Yachty, Yachty, Yachty. And you know, I think, you know, our goal with this whole program is to tap into that passion and that special connection, that bond between our players and our fans. And the one between our fans and Yachty is a special one. And I have no doubt that we're going to see some really cool, creative, fun videos that celebrate Yachty.
And, you know, to touch on his apparel line, a very clean, sharp-looking apparel line that, as you mentioned, can be purchased here at the ballpark. To intertwine the two, that's going to be a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, kudos to Yachty and his wife, Wanda. I mean, they have come up with a really amazing apparel line, and to make it exclusively available to our fans, it shows, you know, and if you talk to Yachty about it, the bond that he feels to St. Louis, I mean, it's special to him. And that's why he's made this line available. And it's really cool. You know, as I understand it, it's selling like hotcakes. They keep their stuff on back order. They're getting more stuff. And so I encourage fans to stop by Busch Stadium and pick up some M4 apparel.
All right, now we're going to have a new producer in the world here, a well-known producer that got to start producing one of these videos, I think, because with technology as it is, anybody can do this. This isn't somebody who had to go to film school. Anybody can do these things as a tribute to Yachty.
Yeah, anybody can. Anybody that's got a cell phone has the ability to shoot some amazing video. And frankly, you can even edit your video on a cell phone. There's so many apps that are out there. And I've been absolutely amazed since we've launched the Cards Fan Flicks initiative last year, how many folks have participated in our different promotions. The very first person who won the Ultimate Fan was a minister from Fort Wayne, Indiana, who did a rap video. And it was absolutely hysterical.
So they're doing more than hallelujah in his congregation is what you're saying.
Yeah, and you know, the person that won the Ultimate Broadcaster contest is a med student at Mizzou that plays around with video. And we had somebody from Australia do the most amazing Mike Shannon imitation. So, you know, if fans are out there, they're creative, they're passionate about this team, and, you know, things like this Molina's Made for the Best video contest are designed to tap into that.
All right, so for more information, how can they find out and get involved?
Fans should go to cardinals.com/Yachty.
Thank you, sir. This is going to be fun. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Carpenter lines it to right for a base hit.
This message is for all the kids in Cardinals Nation. This is Matt Carpenter. On Sunday, August 7th, we face the Braves, and it's Matt Carpenter Kids Batting Practice Jersey Giveaway. Presented by Powerade and Shop and Save. 12,000 kids ages 15 and younger entering with the ticket will take home my batting practice jersey. Kids, don't miss it. August 7th. Tickets are available at cardinals.com/promotion.
Listen to downtown St. Louis. Listen to Cardinal Nation.
Cardinals baseball. Tradition meets today.
What's the cardinal rule of summer in St. Louis, son?
Cardinal baseball, Dad.
That's right, pal. A weekend of Cardinal baseball.
We can't sleep in the stadium, Dad.
The Marriott St. Louis Grand has us covered, bud. Just blocks from the stadium.
Awesome, Dad.
And our room package comes with discounted game tickets.
Super awesome, Dad.
Super duper awesome, son. Let's do this.
Yeah!
9 innings, 1 memorable outing. Get in the game at Marriott.com/Cardinals.
Check out the new Honda BMW of Champaign, formerly Twin City Honda BMW and still located in Savoy. These guys are crazy for used vehicles. Truckloads of pre-owned vehicles, 25 to 50% off the price of a similar new model. And not just Hondas and BMWs, cars, pickup trucks, and SUVs of all makes. Financing options on used cars as low as 1.9%. Just drive by Honda BMW of Champaign and you'll see from the street that this is a new dealership. Honda BMW of Champaign, online at drivechampaign.com. Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by SK Home Improvement. SK Fencing, Siding, Roofing, and more. Visit SKHomeImprovement.com. Champaign County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Wirtz says he stays busy at home.
We have 5 kids, my wife and I do, to raise them, trying to raise them, go through life and succeed. And then, sometimes failed, but fail with integrity and to learn from it. It's great to be able to try to help them and help them through those things and raise them the right way.
Deputy Wirtz says his faith is important.
I think it keeps me centered for sure. I think that's one of the biggest parts with my job, trying to treat others the way that I want to be treated, that golden rule. Every day somebody has a crisis, and there's different ways that you can help people, either at an accident or somebody's loved one passed away, or helping them out when somebody stole their identity, any number of ways.
Congratulations, Champaign County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Wirtz, for being the Stevie J Broadcasting Law Enforcement Official of the Month.
Rosati's Pizza is so good, it simply couldn't stay in Chicago. From their daily slice special, which includes a drink and a slice for only $5, to deep dish Chicago-style pizza, wings, pasta, and more. Hungry for lunch? Hungry for dinner? Looking for a place to take your Little League team after the game? Think Rosati's Pizza in Urbana. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory Street, Urbana. Call 328-2334. That's 328-2334 or myrosatis.com.
Back on the Ameren pregame show, Chris Raby with you, getting set for the Cardinals and the Miami Marlins tonight. It'll be Mike Leake against Jose Arena, and Leake will look to get back on track after a rough outing against the Dodgers last week. Cardinals 55-47. They have won a Major League best 30 games on the road this year, and they have drawn even with the Marlins for the second wild card spot in the National League. A win tonight, when they will be alone in the second spot, trying to chase down the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'll have plenty of coverage for you on the post-game show, but for now, we head to Miami and get set for baseball. Leake and Arena, first pitch coming up between the Cardinals and the Marlins. This has been the Ameren pregame show at Cardinals Nation Restaurant inside Ballpark Village on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
328-2424, Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424, Tapman's Towing. 328-2424, Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. 328-2424. We have pull and we're hooked on you. Tapman's Towing.
Meetings large or small, the Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham in Champaign can accommodate them all. The newly renovated 9,000 square foot banquet space can accommodate all your events. Let the Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham be the location of your next wedding, conference, workshop, or anything in between. The dedicated staff take care of every detail of your event to make it memorable and hassle-free for you. For special offers on weddings, rehearsal dinners, and showers, call a representative now at Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham, 398-3400. Leave the planning and execution of your special event to the team at Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham.
It's all about the best beef, the best pork, and of course,
the sausages.
At the U of I Meat Sales Room. If Coach Ditka lived in CU, I'm sure he'd buy his meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room. The beef is great, the pork is great, but
the sausages
are delicious. Smoked sausage, Italian sausage, Polish sausage, and even brats. It's all fresh, locally produced, and locally grown. Visit the U of I Meat Sales Room near the corner of Lincoln and Florida in Urbana.
The sausages.
A community of people driven to innovate. We power the free flow of people with big ideas.
You're right up front.
We fly Champaign-Urbana. Daily connections to more than 100 cities.
Good morning.
A commitment to making travel easier.
And welcome to board.
Empower your innovation at iFlyCU.com. Fly Champaign-Urbana. See you around the world.
Baby, get out.
It's a gunner.
Oh, yeah. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is